Hello, welcome to the Football Social with Sky Bet live right now on Soccer M and Football Daily's YouTube channel. And, of course, we have got 6 Premier League matches tonight, loads of games to go to. There's screens around us everywhere with different matches. And, of course, a great sofa to watch all the games. First up, making his second appearance on the Football Social, internet sensation. Woo! It's JaackMaate. Jack, great to have you back.
Good to be back, mate. Brace.
Did you enjoy your first appearance?
I did indeed. I'm going for the hat-trick, though. That's the real thing.
That's the real thing.
Yeah, this is the brace. Is setting up the nice little hat-trick. So, no, it's good to be back. New set. I like it. Very swanky.
Yes, thank you. We spent a lot of time, effort and money on the new set, Dave, didn't we?
Shout out to Shkodran.
Yeah, shout out to Phil Chorley. You are watching your beloved West Ham tonight in action against Wolves at Molineux. What are your thoughts?
I'm not confident, mate.
You're not?
Nah, I think... Do you want a score prediction, dear?
Go on.
3-0 Wolves.
Not even a goal for West Ham?
Oh, it'd be nice, wouldn't it? But I've got a couple of Wolves players in my fantasy team as well.
OK.
So,
win-win then.
Yeah.
Loyal as always.
OK, and of course we've got Dave Jackson back wearing his Arsenal shirt, as he always is. Dave, you're watching Arsenal again?
Yeah.
Cardiff today, how do you see that one going?
I'm hoping for a nice early goal, and there shouldn't be any surprises. We should be able to get a nice easy win now. I'm going to go for 3-0.
You're confident, aren't you?
I am.
Very confident. OK, in Social Corner, Pete Dorman is back, doing what he does best, doing the socials. Pete, just remind the viewers how they can get in touch and what you're after.
Yes, it is very easy for you to get in touch. We want your questions. You can log on to YouTube and use the live chat for your questions, or go to Twitter and tweet us at Football Daily or at Soccer AM using the hashtag #TheFootballSocial.
OK, next year. Also, worth pointing out, you're on social media, but you'll be keeping an eye on the United.
I mean,
game.
I'm solely watching it.
OK, yeah. Get your questions in, though, as well. Chris Hamill is multitasking.
Hello, mate.
With his burger there that we can see in shot. You're watching the other 4 games, is it?
I am watching 4, yeah.
What
and I fell asleep on the way over here in a taxi, so let's see how this goes. But the 4 games are... I mean, not in huge text over there, and I've got awful eyesight.
Man United, Burnley.
United, Burnley. Fulham, Brighton. Huddersfield versus Everton and Newcastle versus Manchester City.
Which one are you most looking forward to out of those 4? Because you've got some good games today.
Look at the Solskjaer. The winning streak can continue. 9 games he could reach. Obviously a feat, you know. He surpassed Busby, didn't he, on 6? So he's out there by himself at the moment. And I think they're going to roll over Burnley. So we'll see some goals in that game. But Manchester City as well, of course. Always a pleasure to watch.
Should be loads of good games. And as well as all of that, we do have loads of incentives thanks to our mates at Sky Bet. Now, this is interesting. Sky Bet have introduced group bets exclusive to Sky Bet, which you can set up as a group on the app, should I say. Invite your mates, build an accumulator. Of course, do bet responsibly. So this is our one. This is what we've gone for. Dave has gone for his beloved Arsenal to beat Cardiff. I think Dave always predicts an Arsenal win, no matter who they're playing against. I've gone for a draw. Tough one to pick, this. I've gone for a draw between Fulham and Brighton. Jack, now this is interesting, because you've just said that your score prediction is West Ham to lose 3-0, but you've gone for a West Ham win. Can you explain this?
Yes, because my dad said he would disown me if I ever bet against my team. So I always bet for a West Ham win, and that's why I'm so skint, Smithy.
OK, so you think Wolves will win, but you can't bet against your own team.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense. I've gone for Huddersfield. I think Huddersfield... Fancy Huddersfield to get something here against Everton. They need points badly. Chris Hamill has gone for an away win, Manchester City to beat Newcastle. And Pete Dorman has gone for his Manchester United team, his beloved Man United team, to beat Burnley. You can get odds from Sky Bet at 80 to 1. Don't forget, you must be 18 plus. Full terms and conditions apply. For more odds, go to skybet.com. Right, let's have a look at the current Premier League table. Here is the bottom. Loads for Cardiff still to do. They are rock bottom, 11 points only from 23 games. Fulham and Cardiff make up the bottom 3. Newcastle 2 points outside the relegation zone. Let's have a look at the top. Liverpool still lie top, 60 points from 23 games. Man City 4 points behind, but they do have the advantage of playing first today. They can close the gap to just a point due to the fact that Liverpool play tomorrow. Spurs are in 3rd, Chelsea 4th, and Arsenal and Man United level on points thanks to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer turning it around for Man United. Let's go straight to Pete Dorman on social. A lot of people on the stream already. What are they saying?
They are saying a lot of things about City and United, but one question that has stuck out is from Callum OT, who has asked, can City close the gap on Liverpool?
What do you think, Jack? Big night for them. Psychologically, do you think that's big that they're playing first?
Yeah, but I mean, Liverpool is strong, aren't they? They're not going to let much get to them. I think it's Liverpool's year. I really do. I really do.
Dave?
Do you mean would they close the gap tonight, or would they close the gap
just in general?
In general, yeah.
I think the game at the Etihad was massive when they managed to get the 3 points there against Liverpool. I think if Liverpool would have got anything out of that game, I think they would have had enough momentum to go on and win it pretty easily. But now I think City have every chance. So I think, yes, they can. Will they? Yes.
OK, good first question. Keep your questions coming in. We can show you some live pictures. These are the scenes at the Emirates. Of course, Arsenal playing Cardiff. Very emotional game, this as well, due to the very sad news that we've all been hearing about Emiliano Sala and the pilot and the missing plane. So these are the live shots. Now, interestingly, all the staff members will be wearing a daffodil. There's also a daffodil. This is a lovely touch from Arsenal Football Club and Emiliano Sala's name on the programme. We've seen banners with Emiliano Sala's name in the Cardiff end as well. But interestingly, no players will be wearing daffodils or black armbands. That is at the request of Emiliano Sala's family whilst the search is still ongoing. We've just seen the captains there laying the flowers on the pitch, and these are lovely shots from the Cardiff fans and the Arsenal fans as well. Family will not be at the game. They're still obviously prioritising the search, and from all of us here at Soccer AM and Football Daily, we wish everyone well, and we hope and we pray that some good news will be found from that. It's such a sad story, this, Dave, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Words can't really explain it, can they, really? No. Extremely sad. And I don't know if you saw Neil Warnock's press conference, but it was... I know he's quite an opinionated person, and he does split opinion, but it was, like, visible seeing how shaken he was and how upsetting it was. The first moment in his career was that he actually thought about retiring, wasn't it? Yeah, so, his worst moment of his career, he said, by a mile, and that some of the players have needed counselling, so it would be... I mean... It must be so hard, Jack, for them to even think about football at something like this. I mean, this is saddened all of us, and we've never even met the guy. So we can only imagine what the Cardiff players and Neil Warnock's going through. I mean, it's just horrible,
and obviously so soon after the tragedy at Leicester as well, so it's just not a great time for football, and obviously their family, and with all the speculation online as well, it's not really what they want to be reading, this, that and the other, but, yeah, hope the best.
From the side that beat Chelsea last time out in the league. Lichtsteiner, Mustafi and Monreal make up 3 changes in the back 4. Mohamed El Neni replaces Granit Xhaka, and Mesut Ozil starts in place of Aaron Ramsey. Mesut Ozil, Dave, captain today. Yeah, I'm actually very happy. I think I'm not happy about, well, it was two things. Firstly, that defence. And secondly, that Mike Dean's the referee. Because I was extremely confident before I saw him. So your opinion of the game has changed based on who the referee is? Yes, I can show you numerous examples of Mike Dean, his jolly little... They are the thoughts of Dave Jackson that no one... I'm extremely happy that Ozil's back, because, again, what I said on the last stream that we were doing is, like, if he's going to remain at the club, then he has to be played, because if not, that's 320 grand sitting there doing absolutely nothing. So. OK, interestingly, Cardiff make 3 changes from the side that were comfortably beaten 3-0 at Newcastle. Gunnarsson, Arter and Reid all start for Neil Warnock's men. So those are the changes for Cardiff. Arsenal versus Cardiff is one of our 7:45s. There are 4 7:45s and 2 8 o'clocks. So the 7:45 games are narrowly about to get underway.
And that should make it nice and easy for me to follow them, watching 4 at the same time. Yeah,
no half time. There'll always be action. Yeah, moments away from Cardiff against Arsenal at the Emirates.
We're up and running it.
You're up and running? Have you started, Jack? West Ham up and running.
Quality, mate. 10 seconds in. West Ham are dominating. You can tell Arnie's up for it.
What were your thoughts on him?
Don't get me started, mate. Don't too early for this. Yeah,
has he not won you over with his social media posts?
Oh, mate.
And his hostage video.
Come on, let's get you started.
It looked like he was held against his will, didn't it? Do you know what I mean? It was awful.
I saw a tweet that said it looked like an apology video from a YouTuber.
We've all been there. No, I want him out.
Fair play.
Clear cut. So what's he like? I mean, he's here for the short term, but do you worry that he's going to stay long term? I mean,
oh no, he's not. He's gone.
What are you doing?
I mean, they've extended his contract by a day.
Yeah, I know. It was it was terrible timing as well when they announced it. We just lost 4-2 to Wimbledon. They were like, also we're paying him more money now. So great news. Thanks for that.
The video might come back to haunt him as well if he does leave. Then it's just.
Well, he'd done the same to Stoke, didn't he?
Yeah.
And they did warn us that he's not the most loyal player in the world. But if he scores a hat-trick tonight, all is forgotten.
Exactly. So our 7:45 games are either starting or just about getting underway. 2 8 o'clock games. Manchester United and Manchester City's fixtures are both at 8 o'clock. Big night for Man City. Of course, they can close the gap to 1 point. We've got some pictures from Old Trafford that we can show you now. No, we don't. We'll give you those pictures very shortly. That's Man United against Burnley. Here they are. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer names 4 changes from the side that won 2-1 at home to Brighton in the last Premier League outing. Luke Shaw, Andreas Pereira, JaackMaate and Romelu Lukaku come in.
Finish!
for Diego Dalot, Ander Herrera, Jesse Lingard and Anthony Martial. Come to David in a minute because there was a chance in the Arsenal game. Meanwhile, Burnley are unchanged from their goalless draw at Watford last time out. So big game for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and all at Man United. These are the live scenes at Old Trafford. Of course, that is one of our 2 8 o'clock kickoffs. The other 8 o'clock kickoff is Newcastle against Man City. Big game, both ends of the table here. These are the live shots from St James's Park. Rafa Benitez sticks with the same side that crushed Cardiff 3-0 at St James's in their last Premier League match. City make 2 changes from their league win at Huddersfield. John Stones replaces Nicolas Otamendi and David Silva starts in place of Ilkay Gundogan. So, yeah, fans look, as we've seen there, pretty unhappy with Mike Ashley, which seems to be a running theme. Newcastle, so much going on behind the scenes. Newcastle yet to spend money. It seems Michael Owen is still their record transfer, which is absolutely crazy. Years ago, over 10 years ago. There's been a goal. First goal of the game. Chris Hamill watching, talk us through Huddersfield versus Everton. What's happened, Chris?
I went for a bite of my chicken burger.
Here it is. There's a replay. Talk us through it.
Everton, of course, absolutely desperate for a win. They've been shocking on the road of late, but they are against the worst team by a country mile in the Premier League at the moment. And
was that Richarlison?
That's amateurish. Is that Schindler? Is that the big list that gives that away? Oh, shocking.
You shouldn't really speak with
Richarlison.
Big start for Everton.
Sorry for everyone that witnessed that.
So, Chris, there's been a goal in another game. There's been another goal in your game. Chris, Fulham, come on, mate.
Glenn Murray dropped me out. I need to finish this bite. Right. The fine wine that is Glenn Murray has scored again. I'm waiting for the replay, but we're off to an absolute flyer. Fulham, of course, extremely leaky, like Huddersfield. No problems with their attack, producing around 10 chances a game, but they can't defend to save their lives. And it's looking like Brighton have punished them from out wide here. Oh, that's a lovely steered finish from Glenn Murray. Look at that instep. Never mind the hairline, look at that instep. Lovely tripling.
So it's been a big start. We've only been playing 3 minutes, 2 goals in the Premier League game as well. Chris has missed both of them, but that was due to the fact he was eating a burger. How's the burger?
Thank you, Smithy. Yes, it did take an hour and a half to get here from central London, so didn't have time to eat. And, if you want me at my best, then...
OK, carry on into the burger. Here's another goal for Glenn Murray. Brighton's Glenn Murray scored 5 goals in his last 4 league games against Fulham. He loves playing against Fulham, makes that 6 goals in his last 5 games. Though all of them previously had come in home games, but he scored away. It's a disastrous start for Fulham, and it's a bad start for Huddersfield as well. Dave, let's go to you.
Yes, Arsenal started particularly well, actually. They're playing very fluidly. Mesut Ozil is getting the ball where we kind of want him to have it, and he's actually pulling the strings. We had a chance about 5 minutes ago where Ozil would kind of a lovely dummy to free up some space for Torreira. Torreira plays it back to Guendouzi, and Guendouzi slips a lovely ball down the wing. Koscielniak, or whatever his name is, swings the ball in, and the ball kind of lands at Lacazette's feet, and it was a bit of a half chance in the end, so it was pretty good defending. But yeah, we are playing very well, so I'm quite excited.
Jack, Wolsey, West Ham still 0-0 at the minute. How have West Ham started this one?
Not going to lie, I was watching the Arsenal one for a little bit.
Very honest.
But I think it has been mainly Wolves. I've seen Fabianski have a few touches, whereas their keeper I have not. So not the best start, but a slow one. Question for you. What do you think of that Guendouzi player?
I think he is definitely going to be one for the future. Yeah. I think we have to be very careful with how we play him and to make sure we kind of don't overplay him. And when he's not playing well, maybe take him out of the kind of team to actually give him like a rest. But I think he's definitely, he's definitely one for the future.
Great,
yeah, he's brilliant.
Great, fantastic. And
£7 million
on your screen now. First price boost of the day. Aubameyang scored a brace. That was 11-4. It's now 10-3. Don't forget, you must be 18 plus. Full terms and conditions apply. Whilst we're talking Wolves West Ham, we will give you the team news there. Santo makes 1 change from the incredible 4-3 home win against Leicester. Matt Doherty comes in for Ruben Vinagre, and Manuel Pellegrini makes 3 changes from the league defeat of Bournemouth. Marko Arnautovic returns to the starting lineup, as does Arthur Masuaku and Robert Snodgrass. Man, we're just talking about any West Ham questions you have for JaackMaate, or any other questions, get them in to us on social media. Another half chance for Arsenal there, just clear.
No, there's a chance for Cardiff. They had a corner, ball swung in. It wasn't the most convincing defending from Arsenal, to be honest.
Shocking.
But, trying to build something.
Trying to build something.
Yeah.
Dave, while it's still topical, obviously, end of the transfer window is nigh.
Yeah.
Aaron Ramsey's looking increasingly important to this Arsenal setup and the way that Unai Emery actually wants to play. Brilliant against Chelsea.
I think he deserves an awful lot of credit. He's been extremely professional, because he would have known. I think we pulled our contract offer. I think it was like the 5th of September, and from that moment, he's been nothing but, like, I don't think you can fault his effort.
I mean, he's in the shop window, that's fine.
Yeah, potentially, but like you know okay.
That's a cynical view from Pete Dorman.
No. But to be fair, like we have had players in the shop window many a time, like a Van Persie, like a Alexis Sánchez, and they haven't had the same kind of like work ethic that Ramsey had in the last couple of months.
Oh, chance for Wolves. Jack up in there, cleared.
So no, just whipped in from the right, fell to a Wolves striker, maybe Jimenez, could have been any of them, and yeah, we got it away. But it's not looking good, mate. It's not looking good. It's going to be a long night.
We'll give you the team news from the other games. Huddersfield, 3 changes from Huddersfield home defeat to Manchester City. Florian Hada, Janoy, Zanka and Steve Mounier are recalled. Everton also make 3 changes to the side that lost at Southampton. Leighton Baines, Tom Davies and Cenk Tosun all start. Hamill, I know you're very knowledgeable on Huddersfield's new manager. Where do you...
Am I? Is this you throwing me under the bus early doors?
This is me bigging you up, in fact. So you're very knowledgeable about Ralph Hasenhüttl. Gave a great
thank you very much.
Talk about him last time. Jan Sievert, first game in charge today. Not to be confused from the Mick from Wakefield.
Yeah, I saw that. Hilarious.
What do you know of him? Is it a good appointment? Interestingly, he's followed... It's the same route that Wagner had, Borussia Dortmund, second team.
A lot
of
good young talent has emerged from Germany in the last few years, hasn't it? Farke is making a massive impression at Norwich. You've got Tuchel, PSG... Of course, Julian Nagelsmann, Hoffenheim, but he's leaving at the end of the season. And I'd be lying if I said I knew a lot about this guy. But if they want continuity, and this guy is from the Dortmund school of thought and likes to play attacking football, then I like that it's not a knee-jerk reaction, it's not a land grab for a safe pair of hands like Sam Allardyce. So they're sticking with their attacking philosophy, even if it does take them down, it would seem, in the hope that it's not going to affect them, I guess, in the long run. So, good luck to him. He's got quite a task on his hands. But I think... It's interesting that the chairman said that he wasn't going to sack the manager at any given point throughout the season, and he was going to stick with him. But so he's obviously got a sensible chairman at the fore as well. So I imagine he's already gearing up for a season in the Championship. Yeah,
OK. Interesting to see how he does. And, of course, huge task at hand. Huddersfield badly need a win, and they've got off to a bad start because they already trail 1-0 against Everton. We'll be updating our group bet accumulator as well as it goes on. Pete, can we get a question from Social Corner? What are people saying? A lot of big games tonight.
Yeah, well, considering Arsenal have started first, there are a few Arsenal questions here. So I'm sure Dave will be jumping in. Ozil is back in the squad and he's captain after being frozen out since, what, late November, early December. What do you think his future is at Arsenal?
Well, as I said, if he... but if it's almost like... It's quite clearly that the manager doesn't rate him, so he has to be moved on. Like, we cannot have that amount of wages sitting on a bench, because it's not necessarily about us not having the money for transfer fees. We don't have the money within our wage bill to actually go and bring in someone in to potentially replace him. So, if I was... I would personally like to see him start. But you know, and he's got his opportunity today. If he has like a blinder today, then there's no reason why he should come out of the team again.
These are the live shots at St James's Park, Newcastle against Man City. Big game, both ends of the table. Newcastle have got a dreadful record against Man City, winless in their last 22 Premier League games against City, drawing only 3 and losing 19. So Newcastle's longest winless run is against City, and Man City's longest unbeaten run is against Newcastle. So the stats do not look good for Newcastle.
That surely just sets up the Newcastle result tonight, do you know what I mean?
And Fabian Schär has just evolved like a Pokemon to an absolute gone. So... I want to see some more surging runs from the halfway line. From that
on the flip side, if we injected some positivity for Newcastle, scored more goals in their last Premier League game against Cardiff than they had in their previous 5 in the competition. So they did have a good result against Cardiff. These are the scenes that teams are out. So don't forget, that is one of our 8 o'clock kickoffs. Man United against Burnley and Newcastle against Man City. Moments away from kick-off in that game. As we are 12 minutes in to our other 4 7:45 games are all underway. And this is the other 8 o'clock games. As I just said, Man United against Burnley. These are the scenes. Ashley Young leading Man United out. Man United, rich vehement form under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. The man can do no wrong. Incredible turn of events since Solskjaer took over. And he could become the first ever manager to win his first 7 Premier League games in charge at a club. And this would be his 9th win from 9 games in all competitions. So it's been incredible how he's turned it around. Carlo Ancelotti for Chelsea and Pep Guardiola for Man City, both also managed 6. But
so
Solskjaer...
There are a lot of people dominating the comments now about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and his record.
Let's get to him.
A lot of people are asking, at what point does he start being considered for the actual full-time
Yes, we're there.
Job.
We're there already. Well, Pete, Dawn, we've got to start with you. You're the Man United fan. What is your take on it?
Look, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has a very special place in my heart. He's like enshrined into that after the '99.
Because he scored the winning goal.
Yeah, of course. But
yeah.
And I'm not saying he's not the calibre of manager perhaps United would be.
Oh, Cardiff are in. Oh, Dave Jackson, what happened there? Quickly, what happened in the Arsenal? Big chance for Cardiff.
It was more fantastic defending from Arsenal, and they gave the ball to Cardiff in our own, in their attacking third, and it was just absolute shambles defending it. We have
Sol Bamba at the core of every attack.
Throw, mate.
And it has to be said as well, Dave Jackson singled out, who's worried about the defence. That's a big chance for Cardiff, narrowly wide. Arsenal let off, it's still 0-0 at the Emirates. Let's go back to Pete Dorman. As we just saw live scenes there, you can see the scenes at Old Trafford there. We just saw Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and you were saying...
I mean, long-term wise, I don't see him as a long-term manager. I don't think he fits the bill of a manager at United. I think someone like Pochettino will come in the summer.
Starting next season?
I think it's starting next season.
Oh, you're going to rattle Smithy's cage with that one.
So I love Solskjaer, but he won't. I don't think he'll bring the same players. United still has the pool, but he, as a manager, I don't think has the same pool as a top-tier manager like Pochettino, like
these
Mourinho
big old names are enjoying playing under him at the moment, though, aren't they?
Yeah, but I think after how turbulent and how bad it was under Mourinho at the end, any squad would have an upturn in morale after that change. You know, all he's doing is saying, go out, play the way you want to play within my structure. Have the freedom to play, you know, you can make mistakes.
Zidane won 3 Champions Leagues, didn't he?
Yeah, but I mean...
he might be all right.
He's essentially saying to them, you can play, you can make mistakes, and I'm not going to dig you out publicly.
All right, I'll change the question slightly then. What does Solskjaer have to do to be offered the job full-time?
I mean, to be fair, right, if he goes...
Champions League, full Di
yeah. I mean, if he ends up with like an 85% win rate or something at the end of the season, he's going to be in the mix. Whether he gets it in the end, I still don't think... I don't think he can win every game to the end of the season, bar maybe the Champions League, but he'll be considered.
But if he wins every game, he'll be considered, yeah.
He'll be considered, but if Pochettino says he's available, if the talks of Pochettino go somewhere, I think it'll be Pochettino long term.
I've been pleasantly surprised with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We all just thought he was going to be this man-manager, this club legend that, like you said, was brought in just to nurse a few egos at the club. But actually, away from home against big sides in the Premier League, he's brought a bit of diversity to Man United's attacking trident. Playing those wide forwards, having Lukaku out on the right wing was a brave tactical move, and it's paid off in the last few weeks.
In the same breath, United have kind of rode their luck a bit. Against Arsenal, I think they were lucky to win 3-1. It was a bit of a smash and grab in that.
I think that's probably a bit harsh on United there. And I also thought they were pretty solid. I mean, you can see there's some big chances to Tottenham, but everyone has at Wembley this season to Tottenham. I thought they were good for their win away as well. Was it Wembley?
It was Wembley, yeah. Record amount of saves in that game, of course, from De Gea.
Second half, 13, wasn't it? Crazy.
Yeah, all second half, interestingly. So, yeah, get your questions in. Obviously, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Pochettino still dominates social media. We'll keep an eye on the Man United versus Burnley game. Dave, got to come to you, though, because it's all Cardiff so far.
It is all Cardiff.
Another big chance as well.
Yeah. Ball swinged in from Cardiff's right. The player who missed the other chance, he's got his own. To be fair, he should have at least hit the target, and he kind of hit it just so it was over. But it's such sloppy defending from Arsenal, and the fact we've got Man City on Sunday is already starting to fill me with dread, to be honest with you.
How do you think Monreal Mustafi will deal with Agüero?
Well, not well, to be honest with you, Pete Dorman.
Really, he hated answering that question, Pete Dorman, didn't he? Jack, your games not at the start that the Arsenal games. That's quite a quiet start.
It's been a bit boring. Yeah. There's been a lot of play given away in the midfield. I mean, Declan Rice has had a few misplaced passes, which is the first time I've said that this season. But yeah, Smithy, it's been a bit boring. So.
A bit boring.
Yeah.
Declan Rice, you mentioned him. Let's talk about him. He's a huge potential. You mentioned Guendouzi there. I mean, what potential
I love that man. Like, he can have my fiancée, my house.
Your fiancée?
Yeah,
your house, right?
Yeah, my car. I ain't got a car, but I'll buy one and give it to him. Like, he's just a gorgeous man.
Yes.
Goal at Manchester City! Chris Hamill, talk us through what happened.
Would you believe it? Watching Manchester United Burnley when it happens. So, I mean, Rafa Benitez, it looks absolutely spitting the Manchester City players in a huddle there. So, you know, they obviously enjoyed it, didn't they?
Yeah, they loved it.
All hugs at Manchester City. And the Bravka looks absolutely fuming. So, I'm anticipating a bit of a defensive mistake there. Close-up of Lascelles, it could well be him. Big ball over the top. So it's gone down the wing, so what I assume from his running stature is Raheem Sterling. He's cut inside. Lovely.
It's a great ball.
Lovely floated ball across.
Fallen over.
The keeper's come out. I think he's probably put Leroy Sané off there.
It's a bizarre goal, isn't it? Because he's fallen over here as it hits him.
It's a brave diving header, and Sergio Agüero.
Oh, was there another goal
on home to poke away?
The same one.
So, David Silva with the assist. Sergio Agüero tucks it home. Sergio Agüero has got an unbelievable record against Newcastle. 14 goals in his 12 Premier League appearances against Newcastle. Make that 15. That is more than any player scored against an opponent for a single club in the Premier League history. There's been another goal. Chris Hamill, what's going on in your game?
Hell, Brighton are absolutely putting the sword to Fulham here. They're just checking if it's offside. It's not. Fulham defender at the back post, putting everyone on by 2 or 3 yards. Glenn Murray has predatory instincts. Bloody hell, the man's on fire.
Yeah, Chris.
It's a great goal from Glenn Murray. So it's two players who have a great record against the clubs they've scored against. As I was saying, Sergio Agüero has scored more goals than any player has scored against a single opponent in the Premier League history. That is his 15th goal in 13 Premier League appearances. He loves playing against Newcastle. And Glenn Murray, who we said loves playing against Fulham, has scored his second goal of the day. Is already Fulham 0, Brighton 2. Goals galore in our games. No goals at Arsenal so far. But Dave, another half chance in your game. What happened?
It was a bit of a nothing chance. We're not playing particularly well at all. Oh, a chance here, though. He's in the box. Lacazette. Turn, swivels. It's tripped him. Ref.
Dead on his feet.
What happened there? Is it a penalty shout for Arsenal?
He should have gone down. But shambles.
He's fuming.
Condoning going down?
Well, if it got a penalty, I would.
You have to, though, don't you, Smithy?
Let's have a look at the
replay. He's dived in there. Why has he not gone down?
Penalty for you, Jack?
He's got a point, yeah, I reckon. Let's see it again.
Do you think, had he have gone down, the penalty would have been given?
I don't know. It looks like he's left his foot. I don't know, Smithy.
I don't either.
What do they want?
Do you know what's one of them? A good way to get out of it is to say, pundits say, "I've seen them given." That basically means.
Go on!
It basically means I don't know, but yeah. Another chance, Dave.
Yes, we're starting to create a little something now, which is good. I've got me Snickers. I feel a little bit better already, mate. So
okay. Arsenal have won all 3 of their Premier League meetings with Cardiff in history. 6 of Arsenal's 8 Premier League goals against Cardiff have come in the second half.
Goodness.
So they've... there's the Agüero price boost. We mentioned earlier he is a man in form, loves playing against Newcastle. Record amount of goals against a single club. And there's a price boost about Sergio Agüero. You can see on your screen now. You can get him at 9-2 to score a hat-trick. That was at 7-2. It's a price boost with our friends at Sky Bet. Don't forget, you must be 18+. Full terms and conditions apply. Let's get to Social Corner, Pete. Loads of goals so far. I think this must be up there with the record amount of goals in the first 15 minutes. What are people saying on the stream?
They are largely dominated by United, somehow.
Okay.
Even though, no goals in that game. But a question here
Lovely.
from...
United are in here. Hello, queuing up at the end of the box.
United.
Corner.
Great play out wide again, incisive attacking play. And I've got to say that Brighton playing some lovely stuff here in this game on the counter. Fulham largely dominating possession, and I've just clocked, how's this for analysis? Dady Pröpper in the centre of midfield for Brighton looks a little bit like that guy from the Kaiser Chiefs.
So, Ricky from the Kaiser Chiefs?
Yeah, Ricky, that's the one. Thought you'd be a fan. Come on, give us a line.
Don't mind the... Every day I love you, listen. Yes. No one wants to hear me sing. I can't sing. Pete, let's get back to the Social Corner.
Just on the topic of United, there is a question from Tufiel Chaudhry who has asked, can United overtake Chelsea and get top 4?
Ooh.
No.
Dave, very quick answer there. Interestingly, a few weeks ago, we had the debate, and isn't there a little debate going on in Football Daily's office? There's obviously Man United fans and Arsenal fans as to who will finish above, and it did look, for a long part of the season, that Arsenal would finish above Man United, equal on points now. The question from Social was, can they finish above Chelsea? You were quick to say no.
Yeah, I don't think they'll finish above Arsenal.
Do you not?
Yeah, so never mind Chelsea. Because they've still got to come to the Emirates. And I can't...
Hello? Chance of Wolves, Jack, what's going on in your game?
Could be a penalty. I don't think he's given it. I don't think he's given it. It looked like a penalty to me.
To Wolves?
But then I don't always know what I'm looking for. So, look. Ooh. That's a bit nasty. It's a little bit nasty.
Let's have a look at it.
Who was it?
It's
Mazuaki, by the way.
Doherty. It's I think that's Mazuaki and Matt Doherty.
No, Doherty makes...
Come through the back of it,
it's a tough one.
Don't know.
It's a bit clumsy, but...
Mazuaki is the definition of clumsy.
Is he?
He's clumsy all game long, and then he'll do, like, a Rabona, and everyone will forget about it.
So there's a corner to Wolves. Jack, let's stay with you for this. Talk us through the corner.
It's whipped in as corners are. Header over. There you go.
Love that.
Just a corner, Smithy.
Love that. We need to see your co-commentary. Love that. There's a lot of action in your game, Dave. Still 0-0 though. How's Mesut Ozil started?
He started particularly well. He's kind of not really on the ball as much as I'd like in recent minutes. But this game is made for him. You know, this literally is made for him. There's going to be a lot of the play will be in front of him. He's given a chance to actually dictate the play. So this really is a massive kind of opportunity for him.
What do you think his head's like at the minute? Do you think he's like just frustrated with Emery?
But then,
is he going to play in spite of Emery being like, I'm going to show you?
It's not like we've had a million offers for him either. You know what I mean? So it's like you need to just shut up and get on.
Like,
you know what? That's a fair point,
didn't it?
Yeah.
But that kind of petered out. I could see him playing in Italy, to be honest. I do think. I mean, the thing about Arsenal is at the moment, off the pitch as well, you were supposed to, when Wenger left, distribute the power, have a more coherent transfer policy, and now Mislintat has left already. Thinking about bringing someone in called Monchi he was at Sevilla before, he's at Roma now, and he's got this policy of signing all these young players. Yeah, potentially the invincible Edu as well. So you kind of got a manager with no money and a bunch of guys in the boardroom who can't agree on what players they want to sign. So it is chaos at the moment. I do think it's going to cost you. I think United are going to finish above you, and I do think Chelsea are too good, though, to concede fourth at the moment. See what impression Higuain can make, because he was rubbish against Sheffield Wednesday.
So, Dave, your argument that Arsenal are going to finish above United just because United still have to go to the Emirates?
No, I think
face Mustafi and Monreal.
Don't worry about that.
I think they'll just disagree on everything Dave says.
No, I think we'll have just about enough. I think we'll get a bit of a rhythm going. We'll pick up some wins, and then I think once United lose their first game, then all that positivity will go away, and it will stop being us again, and it will be which will be the downfall of United.
When United last week brought on Martial and Rashford, like, what other team in the Premier League has that sort of attacking prowess to bring on from the bench? And that just highlights, obviously, the terrible job that Jose Mourinho was doing in the attacking third. But United have got squad depth to go along with this new resurgence as well. So I'd be seriously worried about it.
I think United's attacking squad depth rivals City's.
Yeah, I mean, your centre-halves aren't great, are they?
Yeah,
I'm saying they're attacking squad depth rivals. I mean, it's a huge
talking of attacking depth.
Squad.
One-on-one hit, almost.
Lukaku chance.
Man
United are in. Chris Hamilton. Big chance for Man United against Burnley at Old Trafford. Chris, what happened?
Romelu Lukaku holding up the ball exceptionally well there. Marcus Rashford does prefer to finish on the angle, so I thought he might wrap this at waist, maybe. Good hold-up play there from Romelu.
Yeah. Lovely play from Lukaku.
It's a little bit similar to that when he missed
a little dink and he's missed it.
Belgium
he's missed up like good 5, 6 yards from...
And I almost choked on a chip.
7 yards out.
It's lovely hold-up play for Lukaku, but by Rashford standards, though, the form is in, that's a bad miss, and he's only 6 yards out. By anyone's standards.
That's a bad miss.
Yeah.
He's 1-on-1 with the keeper, 7 yards out.
And Solskjaer is spitting on this side.
Horrendous tackling in one of your games. I think that's Fulham Brighton, Hamill. I don't know if you saw what happened there, but there is...
No, we were recapping the United attack, weren't we? But it's a Fulham player that has gone down.
Down for a while as well.
And there is...
I think it's Stevens, was it, with the tackle?
There is a horde of players over him. I don't want to say he looks OK. I mean, that's totally unfounded. I have no basis, to suggest that he's OK, but I've not seen the replay of the tackle yet. Meanwhile, Everton under the cosh a little bit. Huddersfield starting to get in. I've seen Zanka...
Here's the replay.
...be a prominent figure in this game.
Oh!
Yeah, that is... I mean, the boot it's a 90-degree angle. It is absolutely poleaxed in there. Oh!
That's a red.
That is a red. That is reckless.
That's straight red.
It's André Schürrle still down, Chris, by the way. André Schürrle's been on the floor for a while. If you're the referee, is that a red, a yellow? What do you think?
100% red.
100% red.
He's coming full-blown, studs up, coming halfway up his shin.
Oh, yes, it is.
But I feel like if it was a red card, he would have acted already, so perhaps he's going to get away with a yellow card here. But, yeah, that does not look good in slow motion, does it? And Schürrle is back on his feet, fortunately, because that could have been a bit of an ankle breaker.
Yeah, he's looking...
he looks quite delicate as well, doesn't he, Schürrle?
He's wincing. He doesn't look happy, Schürrle, at all. He does not look happy at all. It was high and it was late from Stevens on Schürrle. We think red card, but it looks like Lee Probert is not going to show him the red, because, as Chris pointed out, if he'd have done that, you'd think he'd have done that already. So let's just recap you. Has he even got a booking yet?
I was just going to say.
If he's not got a booking, that is absolutely crazy.
And the other thing is, the ref was right there. It wasn't like the ref was standing a long way. And is this Tom Kenny coming on, which would suggest that
I don't think it is.
Schürrle's afternoon's done, is it?
I'm not sure if it is for Schürrle, because they were
not?
making this substitution prior to Schürrle going down. So Fulham forced into some early changes here. Is that Tim Ream at the back?
Tim Ream coming off.
Is it Tim Ream?
So Schürrle's OK?
He has been horrible at the start of this season, bless him, Tim Ream. Had a good campaign last year in the Championship, but he's obviously struggling, and yeah, Fulham bring on some fresh blood.
So it looks like Stevens has got away with that tackle. It's still Fulham 0, Brighton 2. Let's round up the results, the scores as things stand. Arsenal 0, Cardiff 0. Fulham currently trail 2-0 at home to Brighton. Glenn Murray with both goals after the 3rd and 17th minute. It's Huddersfield 0, Everton 1, thanks to that Richarlison goal after just 3 minutes. Wolves 0, West Ham 0, Man United 0, Burnley 0, and Newcastle trail at home against Man City thanks to Sergio Agüero's goal after just 1 minute. Dave, back to your game. Anything going on?
Not really. Like, Arsenal not playing particularly well, and it's like raining. It's not great.
There's so little happening. You're talking about the weather. Right?
It's just
Manchester United are looking lively here by comparison, Dave.
Yeah, but come on.
Instantly chatting about Glenn Murray there. He has already scored 2 goals and we've only been playing under half an hour. Glenn Murray is a 7-2 price boost to score his first ever Premier League hat-trick.
First ever?
Yeah.
Come on, Glenn. What a historic night that'd be. Burnley.
It would be a historic night, yeah.
Burnley are struggling big time here, and they have been defensively suspect this season. Rode the look last season, didn't they? And I can see Manchester United win this pretty convincingly. Another decent half chance there, just going out of play, went out for a goal kick, but not really stitched together a single attack yet. Just like a sponge at the moment, mate. Just soaking it all in.
Soaking it all up. Chance in the Newcastle. Ooh, and Perez just dragging one right there, wide
I think
there.
With United at the minute, it just seems when they'll score, not if they'll score. You know, once they get one, floodgates, 4-0.
4-0. Man United fans very confident. We spoke about historic nights. Interestingly, City's game at Newcastle tonight is Pep Guardiola's 100th Premier League game in charge. He's won 73 of his 99 so far, drawing 15, losing 11. The record for most wins by a manager in their opening 100 matches in the competition is currently held by Jose Mourinho with 73. So Pep will be looking to set a new Premier League record tonight, and it looks like they're on their way to gaining all 3 points and closing the gap to just 1 point with Liverpool playing tomorrow night. Pete, I see loads of questions flooding in on social media.
Inundated with questions.
Inundated. Is it still mainly Man United? Any other ones?
Swimming in questions here.
Go on.
Looks like I'm
swimming in.
No, there's actually quite an Arsenal theme here, and there's one for Dave from Teju, who has asked, do you think Arsenal will give their young players a chance, considering they can only make loan deals? Seemingly, they can only make loan deals this window.
Well, I don't think we've got any promising defenders, to be honest. As I think they definitely would have been given their chance. I think within the attacking side of stuff, we're pretty solid. But it's actual defence that we're looking very kind of like suspect.
What about Maitland-Niles?
Yeah, I think he would be playing if he didn't pick up a knock against like United. So there's definitely opportunity for some players to make a name for themselves.
Dave, you seem there's a real close up there on your face there. And every time you talk about Arsenal and the defence is mentioned, you seem really sad about it. I mean, I don't know if we want a slower push in on Dave. There we go.
There's a big chance of oh, that's it. Well done.
There we go.
Yeah.
I mean,
lovely.
Defence is a real issue for you, isn't it? With that said, all joking aside, as we can see your face here, looking about the defence, let's move it away from the defence. Why are Arsenal still linked with attacking players then in the transfer window?
I really don't.
The likes of Perisic, he's obviously a good player, but surely defending is the area you need to strengthen.
I really understand, because like, even if he didn't have the injuries, like players like Koscielny, he's coming to the end of his career. We need to be replacing these kind of players. And Nacho Monreal has been a fantastic servant. Again, he's, what, 33, 34? He's coming to the end of his thing. We should be replacing these players.
Mehdi Benatia depart from Juventus for £8 million, and he could have been a brilliant little 6-month stopgap for Arsenal.
You should have said
I just signed him. Well, you know, maybe Arsenal should hire us.
And in the Arsenal game, it's actually snowing now, so we've gone from rain to
snowing in London at the Emirates. And obviously, you're linked with Perisic quite heavily. A lot of talks to Perisic. We mentioned that Mesut Ozil in his contract, and there's talks of going to Serie A. Do you think there'll be a swap deal going on there? Because that would be something that would probably suit both parties, wouldn't it? Ozil and Perisic swapping places.
Again, it's not really positions that we actually need to strip. Well, don't get me wrong, you're never going to turn away a good player.
No.
But I think like the money, the wages, whatever, they need to be spent in different places, really.
Yeah. A couple of chances to bring you, Jack. Chance in your game for Wolves.
Yeah, whipped in from the right, header just past the post. I thought it was going to be 1-0 Wolves. West Ham were looking a little bit of the better team, but I think Snodgrass giving the ball away a bit too much. West Ham are just too sloppy, mate.
Yeah.
And that's Zabaleta with a theatrical one, which is rare for him.
How smitten are you with Felipe Anderson?
Not
so much, not convinced.
Not as much,
really?
not as much as I should be.
Second Rice.
Yes, yeah. Rice is my guy. Did you see the other day when Anderson was sprinting after that ball? Oh, no, he had the ball and he sprinted down the wing, but he was just fixing his glove as he was doing it. He was just running full speed, but he was just fixing his glove.
Is that really? And he just loses no speed as he's running the ball.
It was mental.
But that free kick was, I mean, I know you lost, but
that
watched the highlights.
Yeah, that was pretty naughty. Yeah.
Oozing class.
He's a player in Fulham, isn't he,
I think the reason why I'm not as smitten is because I've been there and I've done it with Payet and he broke my heart. So I don't want to let myself go in too soon. Do you know? Yeah.
Oh, chance for Burnley. Oh, just looking at replays there. Absolutely.
No chance.
I don't want my heart broken again.
And it looks like there's been a goal disallowed. Hamill, a couple of chances. Chance for Burnley, also a goal disallowed for Man City. Apparently I
mean, I was talking to our esteemed guest, but, yeah, let's take a look at it. Why not? Manchester City swinging in a free kick. Back post. This could be their second. Hello, sir. Cheeky little nutmegs. Oh.
Is it all Man City, Hamill, in that game?
Fracas in the box. It is. Burnley with a rare foray forward. I think Chris Smalling just slipped over, allowing Burnley a sort of half chance, and it's been cleared by Luke Shaw, so that's gone back out for a corner. Some familiar faces in this Everton team who have been struggling for starts this campaign, so maybe a slightly rotated squad. Tom Davies and... what's his left-back, sorry. Oh, well, we'll come back to that in a second. I forgot his name. Yeah, getting some game time. So, obviously, big Dunk proud in there on the line, confident in his men. But, yeah, another free kick another corner for Burnley, should I say.
It's all Man City, just looking at the Man City-Newcastle game now, it's all attacking. Kevin De Bruyne, interestingly, got a booking in the melee that led to Manchester City second goal being disallowed. So they do still lead by just the one goal at St James's. Big game for Newcastle, that as well. This might be a replay. Is this a replay of the goal, Hamill? This is a replay of the disallowed goal, so let's stay with you for
Kevin
this.
De Bruyne with one of his trademark drilled-in low crosses, and Sergio Agüero taking advantage of the fact the defence was sleeping. Is he offside? We've not seen a line yet. He's claiming he's not, and I'm inclined to believe him because look at that cheruby face, mate.
Yeah, we're looking at the replay there. It looked very tight as to whether that was offside or not. Very, very tight indeed. It looks, the weather looks miserable everywhere, doesn't it? I've got a feeling it's going to start snowing and we're all going to be struggling to get home. Dave, your game? 0-0.
About going home, mate. We've got a show.
We've got a great show,
guys are on the ball here. He's trying to get... I feel like they're actually trying to get some things going, but it's not particularly great. And I think a lot of credit to Cardiff, to be honest. They've stopped Arsenal playing.
Ooh, so, right, let's go to Pete Dorman in social corner.
Oh, Ozil.
Oh, Ozil on your
Torreira. He's trying to beat too many there. So, yeah.
Is there another horror tackle in the Fulham-Brighton game? It's a feisty game, this, Hamill.
Mitrovic is not happy with this one.
It's not a man you want to upset, is it?
It's pouring down there, isn't it?
It's pouring down.
It's slippy.
It's the other way, though.
Are we seeing this as a bit of retribution? Is that Seri standing over the ball? It is. Not known for his defensive contributions, actually. Manchester United, half chance there as well. Luke Shaw putting that narrowly wide. Yeah, I think some of the players suffering from the conditions, and looking at that Fulham-Brighton game, it is absolutely tipping it down. Babel's hair dye might
Here's the replay.
Come out any second now.
Oh!
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with it?
Yeah.
Some meaty challenges.
The snow is
Sari convinced he got the ball there.
He says he got the ball. It's a very strong challenge.
Draw is still out.
Two big challenges in that game. Chance for Wolves! JaackMaate! Goal for Wolves back to the net, but then Doherty's offside. JaackMaate, talk us through that. Offside goal.
Well, Wolves have hit let's see it again, right? So it's whipped in from the left this time, and the West Ham defence are all
it's tight, isn't it? Just off.
So Wolves... Oh, it's a lovely flick. Who's that? Jota, number 9.
Jimenez.
He's hit the crossbar, and as I said, he's in the dream team, so it would have been nice, but... it's good.
Even though it's against your own team.
It's dropped back in. So one of them's headed it in, but it's offside.
Correct decision.
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
A lot of Wolves' chances here. Every time we come to them, they've headed just wide. They've had a disallowed goal.
Yeah.
You know...
I'm a pessimist, mate.
West Ham... Interestingly, as well, you are quite a realistic West Ham fan, aren't you?
Yeah.
You said you've had, conversations, shall we say, with other West Ham fans who are more sort of pro.
Yeah,
you're quite a realistic West Ham fan, aren't you?
I am, mate. When I look at the team, I don't know if I'm being biased, but I think we should be way higher up in the league.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like that, like if your daughter draws a painting, you think, oh, that's lovely, when really you think, is it? Do you know what I mean? So I don't know whether that's lovely. Is that lovely? I mean, we've got Antonio on there. He's not been
the daughter's
good for
painting or the team?
Yeah, well, I've actually brought it in. I haven't got one. But, yeah, so I can't tell you, really. I don't know if I'm being biased or not, but I feel like we should be a bit higher than we are.
The gaffer now, is he the right man in charge? Because you had a dreadful start to the season.
Yeah, mate.
Then you had that period where you played really well against big teams. Then it sort of knocked out of Wimbledon. It's a really strange season for West Ham.
I literally don't have a clue about him. Like, I don't know. We beat Arsenal the other day and then we went and lost to Wimbledon. I mean, West Ham have always been like that. They call it the West Ham way. We beat the big teams and we lose to perhaps the smaller teams.
That is one of the things that's always intrigued me. What is the West Ham way? I have no idea what it is.
Exactly that. Have a great performance against a big team, coming away with 3 points and then going to Wimbledon and getting turned over. So that's what I mean, mate. I don't know if we've got a good team, a bad team, a good manager, a bad manager. I literally don't know who West Ham United are anymore. Is that a bit depressing?
No, it's very honest.
That's like an existential crisis.
Fulham cleared off the line. Chris Hamilton, it's all going on at Craven Cottage. Game of the day so far. 2 strong tackles, 2 goals, and another near chance as well. Talk us through it.
It's more good work down the right, and most of Fulham's attacking play has come from that flank. And I believe it is Shane Duffy off the line. It's a decent effort.
Come on, Mose.
I can never tell between those pair. Look, absolutely, I don't know. It is Duffy. Dunk slapping Duffy on the back of the head there in praise. So, yeah, well taken, side-footed finish, and it's been cleared off the line too. Let's continue.
Free kick for Wolves.
Neves, and we know he can ping.
Neves is lethal from that position, isn't he? I love Ruben Neves.
He's just hit the wall, though,
Saying that for ages.
We live to fight another day.
All Wolves still piling on the pressure. Ruben Neves with the free kick, but it was cleared. Let's go to social, Pete. Loads of people on the stream. Get your questions to us at Football Daily, at SoccerM. What are people saying?
There are a few questions, personal questions for Jack.
Yeah, let's get some for Jack, surely. There's loads for Jack.
There is one from Harvey Stanton who has asked, what have you got in store for the year? Is there anything new and exciting other than the podcast?
Good question.
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't really know, mate, because the life of a YouTuber is a bit weird. Like, it can get a bit dull and then you get an email and it all changes the next day. So I don't know. Right now, I've not got huge plans. I'm realising how depressing my life is right now. I'm supporting West Ham and I've got nothing on. But no, no, we've got Gervais coming back. I know he said about the podcast, but we've got Gervais coming back on the podcast in a couple of...
You're good friends with him, aren't you?
Oh, what, Rick? Big Rick? Yeah.
But you have done a few bits with him before.
Yeah.
Is he a big inspiration for you? Because a lot of your videos are the comedy angle, entertainment.
You can say it, mate. I just copy it.
But I imagine he's a big inspiration for you.
Yeah, mate. I just sort of...
Podcast is doing well, though.
Yes, mate. Yeah.
100k, is it now?
Yeah,
Happy Hour
almost got the plaque. Still waiting on my plaque for the 1 million as well. So.
On that note, can we just say 1 million subscribers, JaackMaate?
Thank you very much. Cheers, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. But no, yeah, it's hard not to be inspired by old David Brent when you grow up in England in that time. But no, it's good. And for some reason, he's helped me out in my career, and I don't know why I deserve it, but I will take it. He's a
What's he like?
Absolutely lovely.
Like away from the cameras, away from...
Absolutely lovely.
Is he as you'd expect him to be? Yeah,
he's a bit more timid, a bit more. He's not. He's a confident guy, obviously, but he's not as sort of brash as he comes across. Yeah. But absolutely lovely. They say never meet your idols, but I met mine and he was sound as. Yeah. So,
well said.
Next up,
chance for Wolves again. Oh.
Yeah, that's it.
Another chance for Wolves. Wolves playing very well start of this match. But it is cleared. Any other questions for JaackMaate? Good question, that.
There's a question from the Clumsy Llama. What inspired you to do YouTube?
Oh, God, there was a guy called Charlie Is So Cool, like. Don't know if anyone remembers.
Him.
Do you remember him? Yeah. And I watched a video and he bought 10 packets of wine gums and was counting how many colours he got of each one. I thought, if he can afford 10 wine gums, 10 packets of wine gums at 16, that's a job for me, that. So I just sort of copied him, and now he's not doing it anymore, so it doesn't hold much hope for me.
That is the inspiration.
I bring the mood right down here on the Football Social, don't I?
Inspirational.
And in terms of sort of follow-up question from that, you mentioned Ricky Gervais. You've obviously worked with KSI as well. Like, just give us an insight into the best days that you've had as a YouTuber, because you've done some pretty incredible stuff with some, big names. So KSI must have been another one that was very enjoyable for you.
He was a lovely lad. I didn't think he would be.
OK.
But he was completely sound. Yeah, a lot of YouTubers I've met, I'm not going to swear, but they're not nice guys. But so it's always a pleasure when you meet one who's huge, who should, in theory, if anyone should, have a big ego. Yeah. But he seemed absolutely lovely. So yeah, no, it was good. It was good. There's been a lot of great things come from YouTube, and yeah, I'm very, very lucky. And now I'm here. And now you're here. And in terms of all your mates on YouTube, you mentioned KSI, Ricky Gervais. Got to mention Will Brazier, because he's a very good mate of yours. He's a regular on Football Social. Yeah, no, love Will to bits. Yeah, he was my producer on Fubar Radio back in the day, and we used to stitch him up every week on the air. And yeah, he's just a top guy.
Liverpool giraffe, isn't he?
Yeah.
Good lad.
Went to Texas with him. We've got stories that will never leave.
And can't be repeated on air. Any more questions? Some good questions there, Pete. Any more coming in on the stream?
Yes, if you give me a couple of minutes to filter through.
Yes, you give me a couple of minutes to filter through. Dave, let's go to you in your game. A lot of rain in your game, a lot of chances, pretty end-to-end. Any more recently since we last came to you, Arsenal, Cardiff?
It's all Cardiff.
Is it?
I don't know what's going on. Gwendoly's kicking off, saying about he's not got any communication, but it's a shambles, to be honest with you, Smithy.
Is it that bad? Now, is this Cardiff playing well or Arsenal playing badly? Or
I think Cardiff are playing particularly well. They're actually very solid, and Arsenal, they're not playing well, so it's a bit of like 50-50.
Big chance in the Fulham-Brighton game, Hamill.
Okay, it's a big, deep free kick from Duffy. It's chested down. Is that
proper?
Oh! Davey proper off the top of the crossbar, hitting the beans on toast there.
Oh, that's a proper strike, Jack, isn't it?
Thunderous strike. Absolute bang on.
Yeah,
that was a sympathy laugh from Jack, surely, because that was awful.
That is bad. But it was a great shot. Look at the snow as well, hammering it down at Fulham. They do still lead. Trail, should I say.
But also, watching his 4 games sort of in tandem, that the speed of the Manchester City game is noticeably different than all of the others.
What is going on?
They are battering Newcastle at the moment. And Manchester United, a rare start for Pereira. We've not mentioned that. Let's see how he gets on the midfield.
Go on.
Talented young player.
Arsenal chance. All Cardiff in that game. Dave looks very miserable indeed watching Arsenal at the minute. And they're down. Cardiff down with another chance down the left flank.
Where's Leno gone there?
Absolutely classic goalkeeping there from Leno, the starfish.
Yeah, starfish from Leno. They get away with one, but it is all Cardiff in that game. Interestingly, Cardiff's last win came 58 years ago against Arsenal, 3-2, in an old Division 1 game at Highbury, February 96, when Elvis Presley was at number 1 with Are You Lonesome Tonight? And Dave is feeling lonesome tonight watching Arsenal play.
Yeah.
Careful.
Have you guys had a shot on target yet?
Dortmund's just...
I don't know. I don't think so.
That was an underrated link, by the way.
Yeah, thank you very much. I was impressed with that. All right. We'll go back to you now. Dave's very angry. Any questions about Dave on the stream?
There's no questions about Dave.
Penalty!
Dave, go on, we'll come to you quickly before we go to social corner. Penalty shout for
Michael,
Arsenal.
whatever his name is, stupid referee.
OK. Was it? Should it have been a penalty? It wasn't given.
Definitely. Oh, chance for Cardiff. Here we go.
28 minutes in, head's gone.
Yeah, we were out on Friday and he was watching the game on his phone in the pub and he stormed off without saying...
Chance for Cardiff! Oh, dragged across the box. No one there.
How excited is Smithy's getting? Calm down.
Wow. It is still 0-0. Let's go back to a rather happier Pete Dorman than Dave Jackson. You go in social corner, what are people talking about, Peter?
For you to be the point of reference for happiness on this show.
It's first time for everything. But there is a bit of a weird running theme about Football Daily and HITC. And there's a comment here from...
It's the most irrelevant beef on YouTube.
From Irish guy HITC, who says Hamill is running scared from the mighty Irish guy.
Well, you know, we want him on Stat Wars, and, you know, he knows where we are. I believe I pinged him a message on Twitter. Actually, you know, don't mind his stuff.
Who started the ball?
Go on, finish! How many touches has he won?
I believe it was Kieran.
OK, Dave.
He's trying to walk the ball in.
No respect for that question.
It is only 0-0, Dave, isn't it?
Yeah, but look who we're playing. With all due respect. Be polite.
There you go, Dave. There's the play from Dave's body. Nearly caught an Arsenal goal at that moment. We just saw shots of Andy Carroll on the bench. Is he someone that you'd like to see play more? I know he splits opinion, Andy Carroll. What's your opinion of him?
I want him gone.
OK.
Yeah.
Selling all their strikers.
Yeah, I did see that he reportedly put his house up for sale.
Did he?
Yeah, on Rightmove. And you can go on and see all the pictures. Have you seen the pictures?
No.
You know how, like... You know how rich people have a roundabout in their front garden?
Yeah.
They all have that sort of weird roundabout that sort of seems unneeded, but whatever. In the middle of it, he's got this, like, like Angel of the North.
Has he?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say
and he had a mirror above his bed, which I thought was very Andy Carroll.
Okay.
Less said about that, the better.
So you were
like on the roof?
On the roof, just over the bed as well.
When he moved in with Kevin Nolan because he couldn't be trusted to live by himself as a functioning adult. Like, what a time to be alive.
Yeah, but Kevin Nolan's not much better, is he?
I love that, how he avoided, you know, he was on tag in Kevin Nolan's house. Like, what a chapter in a book that'll be.
He's just a bloke who enjoys life. Got to read it.
Do you think he will go, Andy Carroll?
I reckon he'll go. Yeah, I reckon he'll go. I think there's talks of him potentially going to MLS.
Yeah, it's kind of move that would suit him, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
MLS
he likes the lifestyle.
past Carroll by this point.
The half-time whistle has gone at the Emirates, and Guendouzi's just been booked, Dave.
Yeah, descent.
What was that for?
Well, I actually rewatched the chance. It definitely wasn't a penalty. Lacazette probably wasn't touched. So.
OK, so these are the scenes at the Emirates. It is Arsenal 0, Cardiff 0. Arsenal, we know, have a very poor record in the first half in Premier League games this season, but they do tend to score a lot of their goals in the second half. They are not happy surrounding Mike Dean. They wanted a penalty. Dave doesn't think it was a penalty, though. Aubameyang still with Mike Dean, not happy with that decision, but it has been all Cardiff in that game.
Well, not all
Cardiff, but Arsenal unlucky with that penalty shout. So it is 0-0 at half-time. Wolves on the attack again in this game. Still 0-0 in that one.
Just see it out, boys. Just see it out,
chance
boys.
For Wolves.
Oh, Fabianski is a cat.
Big save, Jack. And interesting, the first time you were on Football Social, you did say you thought he was the best signing. You're a big fan of Fabianski, and he made another good save.
Yeah, absolute class. Cat. Love him.
He's always my go-to player for underrated in the Premier League.
Yeah?
Just because, it's been great since he joined Swansea.
He's quality. He's made very few mistakes as well.
Performances are gone under the radar. Yeah, it's consistency has actually. Yeah.
Which is what we needed because
half-time whistler's gone at Huddersfield as well. Huddersfield 0, Everton 1.
Oh my God!
Richarlison with the only goal after 3 minutes.
I think he might be offside. Chris Wood, who's getting a bit of joy against Phil Jones. Big physical battle going on there. Looks like he's offside. Decent line by United. Yeah, he's a good yard offside.
He is offside.
But nice little dink finish there.
Oh, it's a lovely finish.
Cultured finish.
David De Gea. Chris Wood, of course, you know, cast aside from Leicester for dating Nigel.
So the ball is in the back of the net at Old Trafford. Would have been 1-0, but it's been disallowed. Chris Wood, lovely finish, but it has been disallowed for offside. Lovely finish, but no goal. Still 0-0 at Old Trafford, while the half-time whistle has just gone. Wolves 0, West Ham 0. Jack, thoughts on that first-half performance? Oh,
it's just a bit sloppy, really, mate. And every time West Ham attack, the Wolves have about 8 players behind the ball. So I would actually bring on Carroll now.
You would bring on Carroll?
Yeah, literally just for that height.
Well, and just lump it forward.
Yeah, just do that. Just revert to that. Yeah.
Half-time whistle's gone at Craven Cottage as well. There you can see the rain, sleet, snow, whatever it is hammering down. And Fulham in dire straits, 2-0 down to Brighton at the half. Glenn Murray with both after the 3rd and 17th minute. Claudio Ranieri with lots to do at half-time. Some very strong challenges in that game as well. It's a very physical battle. Brighton also hitting the crossbar from proper as well. So Brighton dominating the first half. Big second half of Fulham. Another team that badly needs to turn things round. Not going Fulham's way at all in that one. Corner to United. We'll come to that in a minute. Claudio Ranieri, interestingly, no side has dropped more points from winning positions than Fulham in the Premier League this season. 15, that's level with Southampton. 10 of those have been in the 11 games since Claudio Ranieri took charge, which is more than any other side. And also, since the end of 2015-16 season, when Leicester won the title, Ranieri has won just 7 of his 36 Premier League games. Among managers who've managed as many as 36 games in that time, only David Wagner has a worse win percentage than Ranieri.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He's still the Don of Saffron Lane. Love him.
He won the league.
What
big
a
chance!
save!
What a save!
Tom
Chris Hamill, talk us through this at Old Trafford.
Well, Manchester United have just been pretty much not lumping the ball in. They've been working into decent wide positions. This was from a little bit more of a central area, but it comes back in. It's Lukaku on the turn. It's a very sharp turn and shot, and Tom Heaton's done exceptionally well to claw down to his left and put that over.
Well, he's got that over the ball.
Save for
strong wrist, strong wrist.
Yeah. I mean, Burnley, 3 first-choice goalkeepers, no striker that can score over 6 Premier League goals.
Chance for City. Ooh. Hamill, City, it looks like they've been all them in terms of possession, as we often see with Man City in the Premier League, but only 1-0. How's that game? Newcastle had any chances at all in that one?
Newcastle, not really, but Newcastle have been busy defensively. They've been organised, just catching Raheem Sterling offside there, as we talk about it. Or potentially not, that move actually went on. But Rafa Benitez can coach a good defence.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can't see Newcastle scoring. They're pretty much camped into their own box. It's a very, very deep block, but they're just probably there to make life difficult for Manchester City. And Newcastle's season not going to be defined by a game like this, is it, mate? Rashford narrowly avoiding getting to that as well. Manchester United really knocking at the door, but their final ball has been pretty poor.
OK, so we've still got a couple of games going on, some of our 8 o'clock games going on.
Richarlison just scored, sorry, mate?
Yeah, I think he has.
Yeah, I think Everton...
No, that's the replay. That's the replay. It's half-time in that game. The only 2 games that are currently still going on are Man United, Burnley and Newcastle against Man City. The other 4 7:45s are all at the half-time stage. Richarlison with the only goal at half-time, making it Huddersfield 0, Everton 1 currently. Dave, half-time at Arsenal 0-0.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the first half performance?
Not particularly great. And I had a quick look at the team sheet. We've hardly got anyone to bring on, to be honest, that might be able to change
give us the options on the bench.
Ramsey, Iwobi...
Surely Ramsey.
Surely Ramsey's an option.
Yeah, but it's not great. It's not got, like, it'll be more of the same. Like, you can take him off Ozil. For me, I'd prefer to have Ozil in the...
Go on, go through the other options.
So we've got Czech. Maybe bring Czech up front. Let's just go for it. Ramsey, Iwobi, Jenkinson, Mavropanos, you know, Xhaka and Eddie Nketiah. So he's basically only recognised striker on the bench, so it's got to come from midfield.
You'd expect him, Ramsey... You'd expect him to feature at some point, wouldn't you? In this
game? I think maybe potentially take off Guendouzi because he's on a yellow, and you know there might be some tackles start to fly in. Maybe take him off and have Aaron Ramsey play in the centre midfield with Ozil.
Discipline, Guendouzi. He's
young, isn't he?
I mean,
you know, he's young.
A bit hot-headed.
So,
but Marcus Notley has just put in the comments, "I want Arsenal to lose for the reactions from Dave."
Of course he does.
It's a personal one,
I can't say I disagree with him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hello, Manchester United back in the box.
Same question to you, Jack. 0-0. You said it's been not all Wolves, but Wolves been the better team the first half. 0-0. West Ham's options on the bench. Just remind us who they've got on the bench, and could you imagine any of them coming on? A Chicharito, perhaps?
As I said, Carroll's probably the best shout, just to change it up, because whatever's happening at the moment is not really working. Hernandez, I feel, is a bit too weak and flimsy for a game like this. Diangana, who's the new up-and-coming starlet, very tricky. Again, I'm not sure if it'll be his kind of game. There's a guy on here I actually don't even recognise called Coventry, so I assume that's
just called Coventry.
A youngster. Yeah, just the one name. Yeah, Brazilian.
Prince.
Yeah, I think it's Coventry.
Hello, Man United.
Pogba goal, Man United.
Paul Pogba.
Is it offside or onside, Chris?
I don't.
Yeah, it's offside.
He's been denied, and he did have to tap it in. Tom Heaton almost keeping this one out as well. And he's about 4 yards.
It's a mile offside, though.
That's a shame, isn't it?
Tom Heaton did get more to it, to be fair to him.
But Manchester United, again, clearly identified the fullbacks as maybe the weak link. The central pairing of Tarkowski and Ben Mee, always strong at Burnley, isn't it? But they've been whipping balls in from that right-hand side.
City on the counter-attack as well, Chris. Oh, cleared by Newcastle. All Man City in that one, so they're the only 2 games currently still playing. Right, whilst there are only 2 games playing, let's go back to Social Corner. Any more questions for Jack or for anyone on the panel?
Well, there's a question here that I've seen a bit off-topic, considering they're playing tomorrow night, but... We'll treat ourselves, you know.
It's not will Poch go to United, is it?
No, because he will. No question. There's a question from Lee, who has asked, should Chelsea have signed Piatek instead of an old Higuain?
Good question.
You a big Piatek fan, Smith?
Chris, what do you think?
I'm set, all right.
I mean, if you said Peter Cech then, I was like...
Piatek.
No,
you probably know more about him than I do.
I mean, he's been great for Genoa at the start of this season, hasn't he? I think, 11 in 13 in the league. And he's been running hot for... Manchester United, sorry, distracted me in there. Down the left-hand side, punishing Burnley on the wings again. But, yeah, he's averaging over 4 shots a season, which is more than... 4 shots a game, sorry, which is more than Higuain was managing at a very goal-shy AC Milan, actually. And Genoa and AC Milan have scored probably sort of equal amounts at this midway point in the Serie A campaign. But I like him. He's clinical, reminds me of Mauro Icardi a little bit, not heavily involved in the game. Sort of only averaging around 15 passes. So it will be interesting to see how he lines up, sort of as the front man, as a solitary front man in AC Milan's side, because they don't necessarily play a 2; they play with a 3 up front. But I think Higuain at this point, it was probably the right option. I mean, I'm not sure about that permanent fee for £36 million. Yeah, you can't be letting Alvaro Morata, who actually has very good pedigree, go. For someone that's. Who was playing in Poland 6 months ago. Sarri would never, ever kind of hedge his bets that way. He's very much tried and tested. And I think there's only been 5 players score more goals than him since 06-07. So Higuain, his consistency is pretty unrivaled.
Yeah, but he is on the decline.
Is that
he is on the decline?
And also, is the question...
hello. Oh,
is
sorry,
the question to the age, do you think? The fact that Chelsea signed Higuain, he's not the youngest striker. Do you think that's where the question's coming from, that they could have gone with youth? Or
well, I mean, Higuain is tried and tested, but he is old. He's getting older. His output is diminishing. Piatek has had, what, a good season? A really good 6 months?
Yeah.
Can you really pin the hopes of a top 4 side on him, considering they've been struggling for goals, struggling for centre-forwards who score? Yeah. It's kind of a 6-1, half a dozen the other.
But it's looking to the future more, isn't it?
Yeah.
A lot of Chelsea fans will say that they've got a lot of aging.
Well, the thing is, if
Pedro, Willian are aging. They don't know if Hazard's going to be there in the summer.
So if you had a
are they not going to give youth a chance, which is evident by the fact Callum Hudson-Odoi is linked with Bayern Munich, and a lot of their young players seem to go out on loan, don't come back.
But at the same time, it's a lot easier to give you the chance if you have a centre-forward that you can depend on.
A number 9.
Yeah, a number 9 that you can depend on, and then filter in that youth as and when you want to rotate them and develop them and, like, bleed them into the squad, as opposed to just chucking them in as number 9, being like, score me 20 goals this season because we paid for you.
Yeah, but they are looking for instant goal return, which is why I think they've gone for Higuain. Listen, I'm not sure about Piatek. I think in order to get a big money move to the Premier League, he's going to have to show 2 or 3 years of consistency at AC Milan. I think there was actually Jovetic and Sebastian Haller are actually better prospects over in Germany.
He scored a brace tonight, incidentally, for AC Milan. 2 goals at the half-time stage as well.
There we go. So he's obviously playing well in that forward 3, but he's flanked by, Suso, Çalhanoğlu, very creative players. I'm sure he'll be getting better service than he was at Genoa. But I think when Higuain departed, he was their top goal scorer on 6, so he's already a third the way to Higuain's total.
Yeah,
good luck to him.
It's a short-term move, and they're just trying to shore up Champions League football.
What, Milan?
No.
Or Chelsea for Higuain. Yeah, I mean, you might be able to get another couple of years out of him. He's never been heavily reliant on his pace. And if you've got someone like Hazard back on the left instead of that false number 9 position, I think against Tottenham he created something like 5 chances for his teammates, which is 4 more than he did against Arsenal playing as the point man. So if you've got an informed Hazard down that left-hand side, then Higuain might just be there for a few.
It frees up Hazard to play where he wants, as opposed to having to play as a false 9.
Yeah, I think you probably appease Hazard as well. You appease your best player, who's also been a bit of a contract rebel, isn't he? So.
But you give him a bit of freedom, at least to do what he does best.
Yeah, for sure.
Dave, just looking at you, glued to the Arsenal-Cardiff game. This is the penalty that Arsenal shout that the players aren't happy about. Is it a penalty for you, do you think?
I don't think it is. Like, I can't see from there. But if he has made contact, it's 100% a penalty. But I can't say if he actually has.
This is the angle that will clear it up. We think Lacazette.
There's nothing in that.
Yeah.
Not a penalty for you, Pete?
No, not a chance.
Oh, you're in here, Dorman. Not narrowly wide. I think actually pretty convincingly wide.
Yeah, there is contact there, but it does go down fairly easily, doesn't it?
There is always going to be some contact in football.
Yeah.
Like, Lacazette has felt the defender at his back and he's just gone straight down.
Yeah. And it's worth pointing out as well, the movement of the ball is away from the goal, so Lacazette's probably thinking, I'm not going goalwards. He goes on. There is contact there, though. It's a tough one to call. But the penalty wasn't given. Arsenal very unhappy. It is 0-0 at the half-time stage.
I just saw the replay of that tackle on Schürrle a couple of times during that, and it was horrendous.
Yeah.
It was absolutely horrendous. And the referee was literally, I would say, 2.5 yards from it, just looking at it.
No red card given.
Was there even a yellow card given?
I think it was a yellow.
Was it yellow?
Yeah.
I mean, United have looked pretty disjointed here. I mean, it looks like with a couple of in-game, changes, you're going to finally make the breakthrough, but...
I haven't really seen much of Perez.
These are the pictures, live pictures at Molineux. Pete, one sec, these are live pictures at Molineux. Traoré warming up. Of course, he got the winner the last time Wolves played West Ham. 93rd minute goal from Adama Traoré gave Wolves a 1-0 win at the London Stadium. That was on September the 1st. He's warming up now. But interestingly, a lot of times this season we've been on the Football Social. He's an impact player. Nuno Espirito Santo does like not starting him and bringing him on at the half-time stage. He regularly features, but he often comes off the bench. So it'll be interesting to see if he brings him on for the second half for Wolves. Wolves looking to do the league double over West Ham for the very first time in their history, and this is their 30th different campaign which sides have faced. So looking to the double, but still 0-0 at the half-time stage soon as well. We expect players to be coming out for both those games very soon. Still in the first half at St James's Park and at Old Trafford as well.
Jack, I don't want to sound condescending, but as a West Ham fan, what are your aspirations for a season? What does a successful season look like? Because you must have been devastated going out of the FA Cup.
Mate,
surely that's what you're...
Yeah, that's exactly what I was hoping for, because what are we realistically going to get in the league? Like,
yeah.
8th, if at best, maybe?
And you've been poor in the FA Cup recently as well,
yeah,
not just this.
I know. And I've still got memories
season.
of 2006 when we got to the final against Liverpool and I had my heart broken at the last minute. So I want a bit more of that. I just want a nice cup run. Even if we got semis, I'd take it.
Yeah.
Which is bleak. That is bleak. I'd take a semi all day long, mate. I know it's bleak, but yeah, I would have loved a cup run. But I've a lot of sort of, you know, you got that sort of like your Southamptons, your Bournemouth, like people like that. Like, why are they not going for the cup?
It is half-time at Old Trafford, still 0-0. Man United 0. Burnley 0. These are the live shots at half-time. Marcus Rashford, one of the best chances of the game, dragging it wide. Very unlike him. Bad miss from Marcus Rashford. Paul Pogba had the ball in the back of the net, but it was correctly ruled out for offside. And Romelu Lukaku pulling out a great save from Tom Heaton. Definitely the save of the night from any of our games. Earlier on, you saw pictures at Fulham. Players back out at Fulham against Brighton.
There's been a sub in the Arsenal game, mate.
And the half-time scenes as well at Newcastle. It's currently nil. Newcastle nil, sorry. Manchester City 1. That goal from Sergio Agüero. He also had the ball in the back of the net for a second time, thanks to a great cross from Kevin De Bruyne. Very touch and go as whether it was offside or offside was given. Man City not happy about that. Kevin De Bruyne booked in the build-up to that. So City not happy, but they do lead 1-0. They will close the gap to just 1 point ahead of Liverpool, who play Leicester tomorrow night if they see off this game and win and get all 3 points. Let's have a look at our group bet. Accumulate to see how it's going. Dave said home win. Arsenal 0, Cardiff 0 currently, so that is not going to plan. I said draw. It's currently Fulham 0, Brighton 2. That's not going to plan either. Jack, you went for an away win. West Ham not going to plan either. I went for a Huddersfield win. We're currently losing to Everton. Hamill, with the only result that's currently coming in, you went for Man City. Too much credit there, wasn't too hard to pick, but they are currently winning 1-0 at St James's Park. Just the half-time whistle's gone there. That is one of our 8 o'clock games. The second 8 o'clock kick-off is Man United versus Burnley. Pete Dorman went for his beloved Man United, but that is 0-0. So the accumulator, the Football Social group bet, is looking bleak, isn't it? Odds of 80 to 1 they were at the start of the show, and full terms and conditions apply, of course. Doesn't look good, Pete, does it, for the group bet?
I mean, we'll be lucky if that comes in.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
1 out of 5.
Should have just given
1 out of 6. 1 out of 6 currently going.
Hello.
Coming in.
Some highlights here of the United. Chances.
Half-time.
Yes, of course, mate. I know, didn't want to...
Fulham v Brighton is back underway, and they're back out at Everton as well. There's Huddersfield, should I say, playing Everton. Richarlison with the only goal of the game. They're doing their second half warm-up.
Fulham have brought Vieto on as well, so really going for it here. He's a decent creator, although the Fulham fans aren't overly keen on Vieto, and the Fulham fans, you know, notoriously nice, so he must have really got on their bad side for them to be targeted by Fulham fans.
They are very nice fans.
But, yeah, he had a good start to the season. He got a few assists. He was sort of being rotated with the young left-back, so... We'll see what impact he can make on this game,
They're very nice Fulham fans. The only stadium in the Premier League that's not a neutral end. They actually get both fans actually sit in the neutral end behind the goal. Good away day, Craven Cottage. Good away day, Craven Cottage. Dave, Arsenal, back underway.
Yeah, we made a sub.
Go on, who's been on?
Mohamed Al-Neni has gone off.
Yeah. Okay.
Alex Iwobi has come on. Not much has changed.
Oh, we've just got a goal here.
Goal! Callum Chambers!
Oh, Callum Chambers!
Goal for Arsenal player!
Hamill!
I mean... I was looking on in shock and awe at Callum Chambers celebrate there, because that looked like a striker's finish. It's an absolute net buster.
Go on.
So they're right back in this game. Big ball from deep. Is that Mitchell?
Oh, he's taking that is Callum.
He's taking that on the full.
What a goal!
Lovely
Karate Kid.
Are we getting a recreation from Hamill? Give us a recreation of that.
Full Hong Kong Philly there, mate. He's giving it all wax on, wax off with that one. Hello.
Oh, it's lovely. Standing position as well.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't Mitrovic winning the header either. That was, I think, Dunk came off his crust.
It's a lovely finish.
I also like the way he refused to get his feet around it. He was like, you know what? I'm here now. I'm just going to hit it. I'm just going to try and hit it. See what happens.
Minimal celebration as well for a goal of that calibre.
There was no way he thought that was going in.
Planted his left foot, no movement. Volley into the back of the net. Fulham back in it,
mate. Got a game on at the Cottage.
Yeah, the Cottage. So, yeah, no side dropped more points from winning positions than Fulham, but they have come from 2 goals down with an early goal. 2-1 they trail now So it's been probably our most enjoyable game so far. End-to-end stuff, loads of talking points, goals and feisty tackles. We'll keep a long eye on that. Still, Fulham 1, sorry, Brighton 2. Wolves West Ham, another game that is underway. That was one of our 7:45 kickoffs. Jack, mate, watching his West Ham in action. How have they started second half?
Well, Anderson just had a free kick just to the right of the box. Thought he was going to whip it in, but he's decided to play it out of the box to Snodgrass, and we just gave the ball away again. and now it's Wolves, Smithy. Less said about that, the better.
Okay. Mate, you'll have to excuse my ignorance. Where does the name JaackMaate actually come from?
Because back in the days of MSN, I said to an old mate of mine, I was like, what shall I have? There we go.
Do you know, origin story. Do you know what mine was? Prince Petey.
What is that? Prince really?
Yeah.
That's...
Don't know why I brought that up.
That's horrible. That is horrible.
Jack, were you also talking about you in the past and everything? Were you also on Big Brother? Is that a... Because a lot of people don't know that about
No, because what it was, I didn't know this either, but I auditioned for it when I was young and naive, and they actually do these sort of trial shows before the actual show, but they didn't, and no one believes this, but I promise you this is true. They didn't tell me that I wasn't going into the actual show. So they put you in a hotel in Watford, hide you away, say you've been successful, and they're all week without a phone or any communication to the outside world, and then on Friday they say you're going in, and you're at Elstree Studio and everything, and get on the back of this golf cart, and... I went up the steps, walked in the house as usual, but there's no crowd. It's in the middle of the daytime, and there was a guy, I shit you not, just hammering in the set. So I was like...
So it wasn't...
Don't know what's going on here.
Careful your language.
Oh, yeah, sorry, mate.
Apologies for any language that you may have... Anyway, carry on with the story.
So it was just a whole week in the house, real house, real tasks, like nominations, all that. It was weird. It was kind of eerie because we were told that it wasn't on air as we got in, but we were like, is this a task? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, we don't know.
It really plays with your mind. You don't know what's going on.
No, exactly. Oh. So I was only in there a week, and then we sort of left, and that was that. I got put on the standby list for the actual show, and they never called me back.
Oh, mate, but, you know, you took that failure.
It spurred you on.
I'm so glad I didn't go on, because that would be the end of any kind of career before it's even begun. And then, when I did the interview with Gervais, he was going, oh, yeah, I hate how people just try and get famous now from going on silly shows like Big Brother. I'm there going, I know, ridiculous, absolutely stupid, Rick,
Great story. Pete, any more questions for Jack or for any of the panel?
I have been saving a question for Dave.
Oh, go on.
You know, Kushagra has asked... Who do Arsenal need to sign to sort out their shocking defence?
And realistic targets, then.
I think we could go and get someone like Harry Maguire and then build the defence around him. I know
he's going to cost you a pretty penny, Harry Maguire.
But the thing is, I feel like we have transfer money. We just don't have wages, money. So
talking about defenders, injury
for Mustafi.
Mustafi, it looks like another defender. What's going on here? Do you know? I think this is a nice one. He's landed. I think this is his knee. Because he's landed on it awkwardly, and it's one of those sort of off-the-ball incidents.
We've got that Greek kid on the bench, haven't we? So hopefully he can come and do something.
Dave, does this look like a nasty one for you? Hopefully it's not for
hopefully he can run it off. But then, just like Mustafi's always going off injured. So.
This doesn't look good, does it, the way he landed, to be fair?
He's... Come on, man.
Oh, he's back up. Come on, Mustafi.
He looks in a lot of pain, Mustafi, but he's walking up... Oh, he's standing up anyway.
Doesn't look good, does it?
Walking very gingerly. He's not even walking, should I say. He's limping. I mean, surely he's not going to carry on, Dave.
It's not looking good, is it?
Does it look like
another central defender injured?
Yeah.
Tell you what, Fulham are playing really well at the start of this second half, maybe. Putting some very intricate moves together down the right-hand side. Almost created a chance at the back post with Mitrovic again. And they are carving Brighton open. And Brighton have been very unconvincing, I think, this season. I think they're fortunate not to be more in the relegation dogfight than they are. So maybe Fulham smelling blood here. Brighton panic mode. Guyton Bong putting it out. Just pumping it along. And, look how high that back line is at Fulham. They are on top of them, to say the very least.
Brighton have won their last 3 visits to Craven Cottage, interestingly, against Fulham, scoring twice, exactly, both times. They have scored twice today, and they currently lead. But as Chris says, Fulham piling on the pressure in that one. Brighton kept just 1 clean sheet in their last 13 Premier League games, and, of course, they have just conceded. Dave, let's go back to you in one of our feature games. Arsenal, Mustafi, is he carrying on or is he coming off?
I think Mustafi will be back on, but I'm not sure for how long. I don't think he's going to be able to continue, to be honest. Oh, he's now running.
I think he's back on, but he's clearly not right, is he?
Unless because I don't remember, it's a
very cold night there, so maybe they're trying to get the Greek fella as warm as possible.
He's in agony with his face, wincing, and he's still limping.
Yeah, but he's just had a...
He does not look right at all, Mustafi.
It could be one of those ones you just walk off, though.
He's gone back on.
Yeah, I think we're just trying to get...
But we've all become qualified doctors. Yeah. So, you know.
I'd be amazed if he finishes the 90 minutes looking at those pictures.
Go on, Snoddy.
So just going back to that question there before, you really think Arsenal are going to go and spend...
No, they're not. They're not. There's going to be someone, I don't know...
What about Diop from West Ham?
He's your player. Why are you trying to sell him?
Yeah, but, I mean, he deserves better.
I was really impressed with him against Arsenal.
Yeah.
He
played well, actually.
Every time I've watched West Ham this season, he's been,
mate, he is quality. He's the best defender West Ham have got by a country mile.
You got him from Toulouse, right?
Yes, I believe. I think he was captain there.
Yeah.
He was captain. He's like, what is he, 20 or something?
Yeah, I remember him coming with, like, a few clubs were after him at that time, but West Ham actually... Yeah, a very own characteristic move for West Ham.
Yeah,
actually going and finding like
a young player. He's not 32.
God knows what we promised him.
Second half, in your game, Jack, have West Ham looked to have started a bit better than the first?
I don't know, mate.
No?
Nah, I'm not too sure. I still think this is Wolves for the taking, really. If we get anything from this, I'll be over the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How can the JaackMaate fans expect you to react if West Ham nick this in the last minute?
Wait and see, Smithy. Wait and see. I'll be gone, mate. I'll be gone.
So still 0-0 in both those games, Arsenal, Cardiff and Wolves against West Ham. Quite looking around now, doesn't seem to be many clear-cut chances. Commentators curse, someone will probably score in a minute. So we can have a little bet that we're going to show to you now on screen. Arnautovic, we spoke about earlier, JaackMaate, to score the first goal. Yeah. What's 10 to 1? That's now 12 to 1. That's a good incentive from Sky, but that is a price boost. You must be 18 plus and full terms and conditions apply. Thoughts on that?
That's because he's not really been in the game much. I mean, I did like in the first half, he lost the ball in the middle, and I think he ran about 60, 70 yards to try and get it back. So he said he's going to give the West Ham fans 100%. That's a little glimmer of maybe he's trying, because I know when he gave up at Stoke, he fully gave up. You know what I mean? So,
that brings me nicely on to my next question. Yeah. You've made your feelings about Marco quite clear. How do you think West Ham fans will react to the Arnautovic story? Because it is quite a weird saga, wasn't it?
It is weird.
Staying. What will the consensus be from the majority of West Ham fans about this situation?
I think the majority of them just want to see him gone now. They think he's going to go in the summer, but football fans are so fickle that if the proof's in the pudding, if he scores tonight, if he carries on and gets us a few more, then we'll change our opinions like that. But he's got to prove it now, because he's messed up. So don't just say sorry online on Instagram stories. Say it, please, at Premier League football grounds.
We'll see if he has an impact. That was your price boost. Whilst it's quite quiet around the grounds, Pete, let's go to you in Social Corner. Just remind the viewers as well how they can get in touch for those who've just joined the stream.
Yes, it is very easy to get in touch with me. You can go in the live chat and just drop your questions in there, or you can tweet them to @FootballDaily or @SoccerAM using the hashtag #TheFootballSocial. So there's an interesting question here from Barrel Wolf, who's asked, if you could take any player out of another Premier League team and place him in yours, who would it be?
Should we go to Jack with that, West Ham?
I'd take James Maddison from Leicester.
Would you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even like Eden Hazard, you know.
Oh, yeah, but I'm trying to go semi-realistic.
Okay.
Yeah, otherwise, Agüero or something like that. But Maddison, it's because there was talks that we were close to getting him.
Yeah, you were.
So the fact that David Moyes looked at him and went, nah, and now he's one of the brightest prospects in the league.
Were you not the biggest David Moyes fan as a West Ham
mate,
fan?
no. And because I'm from Norwich as well, and I'm surrounded by Norwich fans, I knew just how good he was. So they're telling me week in, week out how good Maddison is. So I was
great with Norwich. I think he created the most chances.
No, sorry, and Maddison. So I was absolutely frustrated when we didn't get him. So I'd probably have him.
I'm from Leicester, and all my friends back home who support Leicester absolutely love him. He's such a technically gifted player. Yeah. And he's very un-English, just floating around in that number 10, just creating chances, great set pieces, and Fulham! Oh!
Chris, let's talk us through what happened there. It's a big chance for Fulham.
It is Vieto, and it's a bit of a toe bong. He's insisting it was a corner. Did the keeper get a touch? We will see here. Working it down from that right-hand side yet again, really punishing Bong down the left there. A bit of a melee and bit of a toe poke. But I tell you what, Fulham have actually looked a little bit brittle in the last couple of minutes. Of course, piling on the pressure, but Brighton taking advantage of this and have looked as likely to score in the last.
OK, thanks so much, Chris. These are the scenes right now. Old Trafford players are back on the pitch. That is one of our later kickoffs, 8 o'clock. Man United against Burnley, currently 0-0. Rashford with a big chance, missing from close range, and Lukaku with another chance. Goal at Fulham, Craven Cottage. Which way's it gone, Chris?
Mitro, look at that belly slide. He's big man to be doing that. Might injure himself on a cold day like today. And let's have a replay of the goal. But that's Fulham coming from 2-0 down, drawing 2-2 now, and the comeback is on. Like you said, historically, you know, easily surrender points to see if they can regain a vital 2 here.
Yeah, Alexander Mitrovic has scored 38% of Fulham's Premier League goals this season, 8 goals from 21. He's now scored his 9th goal. That is the highest ratio of any player, any side so far. However, the Serbian has just scored 1 goal in his last 10 appearances in the competition. But it's a good goal and it's an important goal. Chris, that is the replay.
It's a very Mitrovic goal. I mean, poor defending from Brighton, and traditionally they're, you know, Duffy and Dunk will lap up big looping crosses like that, but he's come towering over them. And, I mean, very good with his head, as we know, but a simple finish for him.
Yeah, and these are the scenes at Newcastle. Players back on the pitch in our other 8 o'clock kickoff. It's Newcastle 0, Man City 1 with that goal for Sergio Agüero. He loves playing against Newcastle, scored more goals against Newcastle than he has against any other club in Premier League history after the first minute. He also had the ball in the back of the net a second time. It was disallowed for offside. Kevin De Bruyne with a lovely assist, but it didn't count, and he got booked in the process. So all going on, loads of goals going on. Jack, chance on one of your games, what happened?
Fabianski's just keeping West Ham in this. Just made 2 really good saves. One you could argue was straight at him, but there was another one straight after. I don't know which Wolves player it was that had the shot, but Fabianski's West Ham's best player today, and probably has been for most of the season, really. But yeah, mate, it's getting worse and worse. I mean.
He's got surely with what you said there, he's got to look to change it, Pellegrini.
I don't think we've had one decent chance.
Right.
And it's frustrating to watch.
Yeah.
It's my 2nd time on the Football Social, and it's another poor game.
Sorry about that. Pick your games. You pick the West Ham fixtures you think you're going to get points at.
Yeah.
But this goes back to my point about West Ham, is that it's so unpredictable.
Yeah.
You've had great results against big teams and the so-called smaller teams.
You cannot predict it. You cannot predict it, man.
And Wolves similarly, are very unpredictable. They've, you know, knocked Liverpool out of the FA Cup. If memory serves me right, they've beaten Chelsea, they've beaten Tottenham, they've drawn to Man City, drawn to Man United, yet they've lost to Fulham. Sorry, they've drawn to Fulham, lost to Cardiff and lost to Huddersfield. I mean, how can you explain that? It's just...
God knows, it's very similar to us in that respect.
Yeah.
But they're a very classy team. They're good on the ball. They have been today.
Gibbs White. He's the kind of player, Dave, I could see at Arsenal.
Who?
Very Gibbs White, Wolves midfielder. Very technical, likes to pass the ball about. Dave's really
doesn't want to put any young talent.
Yeah.
Dave wants big names. He wants, well, Arsenal fans have been waiting, haven't they? You know, Arsenal's policy of signing promising young talent has been the case for about 10 years.
That was like the main reason why we left bloody Highbury, wasn't it? To actually be able to afford players, and that hasn't really happened, has it?
Carl Jenkinson is on, Dave, for Lichtsteiner. Thoughts on that substitution?
We're playing so bad.
Oh, sorry, Dave, mate.
Like, we're creating absolutely nothing.
Can we get a closer up of Dave, please?
Oh, leave him alone. Bloody hell.
Just elaborating on the defensive issues that Arsenal currently have. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
It's not the defence now, it's the midfield. We're just creating absolutely nothing.
Just a full screen of his face.
That's a big zoom.
Get your questions in today.
No.
Chance for Cardiff!
So, yeah, so cycling back to that earlier. Dave, what other Premier League player would you take?
I would take David De Gea all day.
Oh, you fighter.
Oh, a bit feisty in your game, Dave. There's a little bit of afters here. Can you explain what went on in this?
Well, they've been quite rough, Cardiff, but I don't think they've done anything that you kind of wouldn't see on a Sunday League pitch. They've just been very kind of aggressive, which I've got no qualms with. But the Arsenal players are not liking it because they're not playing well and they're looking for a reason to moan. So they need to just shut up and get playing.
Oh,
there you go.
Maybe in the dressing room.
So,
should have had you at half-time.
Jack, why do you support West Ham if you're from Norwich?
Because my dad is from West Ham.
Family curse.
Yeah, and he didn't give me the choice. I had a West Ham beanie hat on when I was about 2 months old, which was weird because it's July.
Could be worse, mate.
Do you still? I've seen on your Instagram Twitter. You still go to Carroll, don't you? You go to the odd game at Norwich. Are they like your second team?
Not really. I went to Norwich Birmingham a few weeks ago, the Friday night game. Just because it was a good place to pre-drink, really.
OK, that was it.
And that's my first game I've been in four years, Smithy. So.
Did you go with Will Brazier because he's a big Birmingham City fan?
No, he didn't like me for going. I got a lot of stick for going. So, yeah.
Just assume that whenever you're out this studio, you are with Will Brady.
Will Brady, yeah. He always says how good friends you are, and then you don't back it up.
Oh, no, he's a good lad.
Oh, big up, Will. Pete, let's go back to you. Social Corner, loads of you joining the stream. Get your questions in to us at SoccerM, at Football Daily. 6 games going on, still goalless. Man United
we need a goal for the views as well.
We do need a goal for the views in that one. Still goalless in that one. Pogba with a shot, but it didn't end up in the back of the net. Pete, what you got for us?
I've got a question for Jack here from Jack, who has asked, it's clear you have a keen interest in football, but do you back yourself on FIFA 19? What are your skills like?
I'm terrible at FIFA, mate. Really bad. I think I've played about 12 games of this new one.
Yeah, I'm the same. I don't really play that often.
Nah.
I don't play as often as you should. Some people do to get good.
Yeah,
and some people play a worrying amount of times.
Yeah,
which makes you think, oh.
Yeah, well, I don't know, because I've got a mate who's really decent, and every time I seem to play him, I do all right. So I don't know.
Right, Smithy, you don't play as often. Some people play to get good.
Yes! Penalty!
No, some people just play a ridiculous amount. Like, they don't go out ever, just play FIFA.
A quote from Smithy here, I don't play as often as some people play to get good.
I don't play as often.
I mean, I'm just going to let that sit there.
I don't play, really.
Well, I mean, you could have said that.
I'm not very good. I'm honest. I don't play.
I'd like to see who would win at me and you.
Yeah, that'd be a good game. You could film it. Oh, penalty!
Get it on. It's
clear-cut penalty. It's a big penalty for Arsenal. Dave, right decision?
Definitely.
That's a penalty
Yeah,
all day long.
that's clumsy,
All day long.
That's clumsy.
And it's been all Cardiff, as we've said, and it's a sloppy challenge from Manga.
It was a fantastic bit of midfield play.
And who's taking the pen? Is it going to be Aubameyang?
It's going to be Aubameyang. Pierre.
No, Burnley. No.
Oh, it's a goal!
Yes!
God, Burnley! Pete Dorman!
That's not at the end.
So cocky at the start of the game. He said there's no way Man United won't win this one.
Come on. What an emphatic finish.
Pete Dorman, what's gone on there? Burnley take the lead.
Yeah, we conceded, you know.
Thank you, Pete Dorman. Dave, let's stick with you. We'll go back to Pete in a minute to talk about that goal. Burnley won it up at Old Trafford. Bad mistake. Come on, Aubameyang with the penalty, Dave.
André.
Yes! Get in! Lovely, well-placed penalty there. And Arsenal should be able to relax a bit now and maybe get another couple of goals. So well done, Arsenal. Well done, Burnley.
Chance for Wolves! Oh, it's a big save again. JaackMaate has scored him. One of the best players for West Ham this season. Fabianski with a big save in that game. It is still 0-0 between Wolves and West Ham. 1-0 in one of our feature games. Arsenal, Aubameyang from the spot against Cardiff. Very soft penalty, but he sends the keeper the wrong way. But the big talking point is that Burnley have taken the lead at Old Trafford. Chris, talk us through the goal, that gave Burnley the lead.
Well, Pereira was just robbed on the edge of his box. There you go, close-up of him looking a bit solemn now. And Ashley Barnes has absolutely lashed it home.
Goal again! Another one. It's goals galore. It is for Wolves, JaackMaate.
Oh, mate,
you did say it was coming.
It's a joke, mate.
Talk us through what happened, mate.
Oh, it's just a header from a corner. I think he's just who's on. I need to see it again, mate. But there's nothing Fabianski can do there.
Here is the replay.
Who was it who scored it? Oh, he's picking him up.
Do you know the actual corner? Oh, it's a clear header.
Oh, God. Oh, I don't think Ogbona's up to this, you know.
Fulham have hit the post. We'll come to Chris in a minute. There's goals going in absolutely everywhere. So Arsenal have taken the lead. Man United are 1-0 down against Burnley. Corner whipped in from Wolves. The player's actually slipped, taking the corner. It's a clear header. Trying to see who got that last touch for Wolves. Can't see. It's a melee of players.
Oh, God. Sending off.
But it is 1-0 to Wolves against West Ham. Red card at Huddersfield against Everton. Chris Hamill.
Did not see the tackle, but it's a free kick for Huddersfield on the edge of the area. I do not know which Everton player has got off. Maybe you can get it from upstairs, Smithy. I was watching
Fulham. Is it Digne?
Fulham and
Go on, Alex. Go on, Alex.
This is a fantastic game.
Pick someone out.
It is Digne that's got the red card.
Luca Digne, who's playing in the same side at the moment as the Everton captain, Leighton Baines. You don't see that lineup very often this season, and it's not paid off in this game, has it? Aaron Moy, bit of a free kick specialist standing over this. Can the Australian wrap this bad boy away?
Ooh, big chance here from Huddersfield. Edge of the box, Huddersfield corner. Oh,
it's a good effort.
Big save.
And he's not having the best time of it at the moment because Australia lost to the Arab Emirates. So not exactly a footballing nation.
Good save from Pickford, and it is Everton down to 10 men. Loads going on. Goals galore. Andy Carroll looks like coming on for West Ham.
And it looks like Aubameyang is as well.
Thoughts on those?
As I said at half-time, mate, I think the only chance we have here is a Carroll header, which is bleak.
He's like your Fellaini, isn't he? You know when United fans were like, oh, God, bring him on.
Yeah.
Carroll did score an absolute worldie last season, though, didn't he?
Yeah, I think it was a couple of seasons ago. What, are you talking about the overhead kick at Palace?
No, not the overhead kick, the volley. The volley that he scored on the edge. And the overhead kick. He does score some worldies, doesn't he?
Yeah. When that overhead kick went in, that's when I was in Texas with Will, and we were both laid on the bed watching it at 9 in the morning in our boxer shorts.
Yeah.
That was literally mental. Yeah.
So they are friends.
Yeah. He's going to love me saying that.
There you go. He is going to love you saying that. So, loads of guys. Mark Noble coming off as well, it looks like, in the West Ham game. West Ham currently trail 1-0. There we are, Obiang coming on as well. So, double substitution for West Ham. David, let's come back to you. You were very positive about Cardiff. Weren't that happy with Arsenal, but as Arsenal always do, they scored in the second half.
Yes, just had a very big chance, actually. Alex Iwobi, who I feel like this next couple of months is massive for him and his career, because there's been a lot of games where he hasn't kind of taken the games by the scruff of the neck and actually go and get us a goal. He had an opportunity there to square the ball, but he tried to take responsibility himself, which even though he didn't score, I'm actually very pleased to see that he actually did that, because he's actually starting to mature a little bit. So
Everton making probably what's a tactical substitution, it looks like, following on from that red card for Lucas Digne. Cenk Tosun coming off, I believe.
Oh, yellow card, Fabian Shaw, a.k.a. Beckenbauer. And, yes, Everton are making a substitution. I've got to say, Fulham are playing some fantastic attacking football, still looking very vulnerable at the back. But Burnley, emboldened by that goal, almost had a second shot in as many minutes, which is absolute scenes if you're a Burnley fan.
So, Chris, 2-2 in that game. Craven Cottage, Brighton with the 2-goal lead at half-time. Fulham with 2 goals back. Is it all Fulham now? Do you expect them to go on and win?
No, like I said, Fulham are still susceptible on the counter, and Brighton are just leaving Glenn Murray up there as a focal point. But Fulham are playing all the football, and like you can see here, great. Like they've got players who are very decent in the press, very lively in the final third, intelligent. But they do panic.
Chance of money. Is it a penalty for Wolves?
He's not giving it.
He's not giving it.
He's not giving it. They had a case, I think. I'm going to have to see it again, but Zabaleta...
Diego Jota is fuming with the ref. He's got his hands in the air. He is adamant that is a penalty. They currently 1-0. This was huge. Is this a penalty, Jack? Zabaleta on Jota, what are your thoughts?
I mean, he's got a case. He has got a case. I see it from the same...
Penalty, is it?
I don't know.
It's a push in the back. No. Zabaleta, it's one of them shoulders. Do we say you've seen him given again to get out of the, making an opinion as to whether it's another hard one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which goes to show it makes refs' jobs.
But it's literally all Wolves. Literally all Wolves.
It's a penalty, Chris.
Good, man.
There you go. But it was not given.
Come on.
Dave, chance for Arsenal. Injury to West... Oh, this is... Is that Arnautovic down? This is not looking good for West Ham. Arnautovic is down. Can't work out if this is a serious injury or not. Price boost, big price boost in one of the most entertaining games of the night. Currently 2-2 this one. This is with Sky Bet. Fulham to win 3-2 was at 7-2. It is now 4-1. So if you think Fulham will win 3-2, you can get on that with Sky Bet. Don't forget, you must be 18 plus. Full terms and conditions apply. Arnautovic is down in the game at Monaco. Still waiting to see if he is going to be well enough to carry on. Big save from David De Gea, Chris Hamill.
Yeah, Burnley trying to look from all angles now. United genuinely a little bit rattled. So I think, I mean, we've seen good in-game substitutions from Solskjaer before this season. Can he do it against the side who are just hitting them on the break, who are, you know, being very expansive, not leaving that space behind the back for the likes of Rashford to expose? But he does have some great players to bring on. Might think Martial might make an appearance very soon. Eh?
Yeah, this will be such a famous win. As well. This will be a famous win for Burnley.
Go on then, United on the counter-attack now.
Chance for United.
Come on then, Rom. Silence the critics. He's won a corner. Well played.
So corner one, Lukaku with a chance. It is Ben Mee with a good defensive clearance, goes out for a corner. This will be a famous win for Burnley. Their last win at Old Trafford came 57 years ago. The last time Burnley won at Old Trafford, 5-2 in a top-flight game. September 1962, John Collins got a hat-trick for Harry Potts' side. Matt Busby's United side included Nobby Stiles and Dennis Law. But it's still Man United 0, Burnley 1. Worrying scenes, very worrying scenes, actually. Molyneux, Marko Arnautovic is off. Substitution. He looks in a lot of pain, Jack.
Yeah, landed on his knee. I can't remember which other player and what game it was earlier, but you said it looked one of those bad ones where they can't. Mustafi, they go up, they come down, land on their standing leg on their knee. And it was just
sometimes worse, aren't they, than an impact?
Because 100%.
You can sometimes ride a tackle or see it coming, but when you land,
and it's your whole body weight down on it.
That's a good point.
Okay. What's the best West Ham game you've been to, Jack? And has the atmosphere dropped like? Has it made a recovery at the New London Stadium?
Not really, mate. No.
Chance for Wolves!
That looks bad, isn't it?
West Ham beat Liverpool in I think it was the 5th round of the FA Cup a few seasons ago, and Ogbonna scored a 120th minute header. 2-1.
Glenn Murray, chance for Glenn Murray to put Brighton back in the lead with his hat-trick.
Not bad a save. I mean,
Big save in that game.
Not a great parry from the goalkeeper.
All going on in that game. Worryingly, we just spoke about Arnautovic, and it looks like there's another injury worry for West Ham here. Doherty colliding very...
I don't know if Fabianski's
very strong with Fabianski here.
It looks like he's been knocked out.
Yeah, I think he took a boot to the face.
Yeah, it didn't look good.
I've got to say, these Fulham players are still playing it out from the back, sticking to their guns. This is very sort of Manchester City-esque build-up play, very easy on the eye, and working away at the pitch really well. And they're looking in the ascendancy here, and they deserve, I think, deserve the 3 points on the balance of play over the last 10-15 minutes, or at least deserve the lead. I reckon just keep your eye on this game, Smithies.
Yeah, keep an eye on it.
It's going to be an exciting grandstand finish.
Chris has put out some nice little voices, yeah.
Thanks, mate.
If this is worrying scenes, actually, looking at Fabianski.
He's not picking his head up there, is he?
Does not look good because he is down and he hasn't moved. So we will, of course, keep you updated on that. It's never nice when you see a player go down with a head injury like that. Nasty scenes, that. I'll be amazed if he carries on, but movement in his feet, but we can't actually see the angle that he's laying at. We can't see... what's going on with the upper half of his body, so it's worrying signs for Fabianski. It doesn't... Oh, God, it doesn't look good, does it? No. They're turning him over. I mean, he is moving, so he's conscious, it's worth pointing out.
It's gone in!
Big goal at Craven Cottage! Which way's it gone, Chris?
Oh, Mitro, the hero of the cottage. Arms spread there, taking in the love, drinking it in from the Fulham fans. And what a turnaround this has been. Thank God something's happened in this game, because the rest of them have been stale in this second half. Houghton, I mean, he's going to be absolutely furious. Again, engineers are their own downfall here. Let's take a look at the replay.
Here's the replay.
Which is, you know, painfully slow. All right.
Here it comes.
So, again, some nice hold-up play from him there. Worked it out to either wing, left-hand side this time. Babel has been very good in build-up play as well this half. And it's just cross. Mitrovic has found his Swede again. And that's, I mean, much more craft behind that than the other one. That's a very decent finish. A very good cross there. Is that the Marchand?
I mean, he's head and shoulders above him.
Yeah, I didn't quite see who that was, but... I mean, he's up against some very physical defenders in Duffy and Dunk, isn't he? So he's done well to get to that by a good foot as well.
Yeah, chance for David Silva there as well, parried away from the keeper. So unbelievable turnaround at Craven Cottage. Fulham found themselves 2-0 down after just 17 minutes. Glenn Murray with both the goals after the 3rd and 17th minutes. They also hit the bar, so it could have been 3-0 down. Fulham went in at half-time with that 2-goal deficit. Callum Chambers and then Alexander Mitrovic with the 2 goals. We're in the 75th minute in that game. It is Fulham 3, Brighton 2. Unbelievable turnaround. No side has dropped more points from winning positions than Fulham in the Premier League, equal to Southampton, but they've now come from 2 goals down. Claudio Ranieri, in his pre-match press conference, said this is a game that Fulham have to win if they are to stay out, and they are currently winning. So this is a big, big game. Mitrovic, before tonight, scoring 8 of Fulham's 21 goals. He scored 2 tonight again. He is so important for that Fulham team. It's a big last 15 minutes at Craven Cottage. The rain is hammering it down at Arsenal. Dave, Arsenal have been a lot better in this second half, and they've got a free kick.
Free kick.
Chance for second.
Made a substitution. Mesut Ozil has come off for Aaron Ramsey.
How did Mesut Ozil play?
Not enough, to be honest. Yeah, like, this was literally the perfect game. Really. So,
again, I think Arsenal fans are very quick to dig out Ozil because none of the team have necessarily played that well.
Yeah, but when
all of the team had something to prove, though, did they?
Yeah, like, but at the same time, you're digging him out individually, being like he hasn't done enough.
I don't think he has done enough today.
What about the rest of the players?
Well, you didn't ask me about them, did you?
Pete and Dave are yet to agree on anything this show for the Man United Arsenal
Ryan, the assist coming off in the Fulham game for your boy there. The young left back, Ryan Sessegnon.
Interestingly, good to see. Good news. Fabianski is OK, which is amazing. Really, we saw how that was a big blow to the head, wasn't it?
I don't actually know if it was his head, mate, because he's up, he's holding his arm a lot. It could have been a bit of both.
When they did turn him over, they were very conscious of his
neck and his... maybe it was a bit of both.
It might have been a bit of everything.
He's carried on playing. He's staggering around. He looks like he's in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
We've already made 2 subs. Yeah. And yet Pellegrini's now bringing on Hernandez.
Should Pellegrini not wait 5 minutes? Because looking at Fabianski now, he's breathing deeply, he's holding his arm, he's holding his head. Should he not wait 5 minutes to make sure he's OK?
100%. 100%.
But it looks like...
Will he?
It looks like he's not going to do that, and Hernandez is coming on.
Yeah,
Jesse Lingard is on in the Man United game. I believe for Pereira. Another strong tackle in the West Ham Wolves game is feisty at Molineux. And the rain is hammering it down all the London grounds. The rain is tipping it down at the Emirates. Chance for United, Chris?
I'm still watching the Fulham game. I'm very much a Fulham fan at this point, given that they're playing the best football this evening. Manchester City game is fizzling out a little bit. Yeah, I mean, United, I think need to make changes pretty imminently. It's looking. I mean, they're sticking to the game plan of working it in from wide areas and sort of bombarding the 6-yard box. But I mean, me and Tarkowski lapping it up at the moment. Maybe Lukaku needs to go back into a central position just for a bit of hustle and bustle. But one mouth.
I mean, is that Bernardo Silva warming up or coming on for Man City?
What a little genius he is as well. Imagine bringing Bernardo Silva on. You know, seeing
chance for Brighton.
Seeing him as a Newcastle player, not great. Yeah, but look at him working it out. Fulham, love this bravery.
Is it still only 1-0 in the City game?
It is, mate, yeah.
It is 1-0, yeah. We'll update you with all the scores now quickly. Arsenal 1-0 up against Cardiff. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, 66 minutes from the penalty spot. Fulham, game of the day, 2-0 down to Brighton they were at half-time. Glenn Murray with both, plus Proper hitting the crossbar. They're now 3-2 up thanks to Callum Chambers and 2 goals from Alexander Mitrovic. Huddersfield 0, Everton 1. Big game for Huddersfield. They massively need something if they have any chance of staying in the Premier League this season. But they are 1-0 down thanks to that Richarlison goal. But Lucas Digne did see red, so Everton are down to 10 men. It is Wolves 1, West Ham 0. Saïs with the goal. Man United 0, Burnley 1, which would be the shock of the night. Ashley Barnes after 51 minutes, the only goal of the game so far.
Goal!
Newcastle 0, Man City 1. And there's been another goal at Craven Cottage.
It's Vieto, the man that I'm reliably informed has rubbed the Fulham fans up the wrong way this season with some anonymous performances, but he's come on, he's got his goal, and he looks absolutely delighted.
Brighton not happy.
Stevens is not happy with Dunk whatsoever, and I've got to say, I mean, Brighton...
chance for Lukaku as well.
Like I kind of reiterated, Brighton have been completely unpicked.
There's been another goal at Wolves. Lukaku's just had a big chance in that game to put Man United level, but it's a great save from Tom Heaton, man of the moment so far. Arsenal still 1-0 up against Cardiff, but big goal at Wolves. Wolves 2, West Ham 0. West Ham fan JaackMaate.
It's another set piece, mate. It's another set piece, just whipped in. Jimenez has scored. He is in my fantasy team, as I keep banging on about, but I'm absolutely devastated, mate. It's just so poor.
Another corner.
So
Quickly, the Fulham goal, Smithy, it's come from an absolutely outrageous effort from I'm not sure who, but then it's been squared back across. If that was intentional, that's brilliant build-up play.
Goal for Newcastle! Against Man City, it's all going on. So Wolves 2-0 up. Chris Hamill, big goal in the title race. It is Newcastle 1, Manchester City 1. Pep Guardiola guzzles his water. He looks at Mikel Arteta, shakes his head, while St James's Park goes absolutely crazy. He just subbed off Kevin De Bruyne, and within a minute, Newcastle have equalised against Man City. Chris, here is the replay. Talk us through this big goal for Newcastle.
Well, you've done my job for me there, but but Rondon again. I mean, is he off?
Is he offside?
He's onside.
He's level.
He's onside, and it's quite a scrappy one. Manchester City kind of the first time they've been under any significant pressure really in this second half, and I'm not quite sure who's got a little touch off his chest there. Rondon's actually gone round his own player to half volley that into the ground, and 1-1. But the Fulham goal, again a header, element of fortune to it, and it coming back with the crossbar. And Solskjaer's rolled the dice now, bringing on the little Chilean for who came off Romelu Lukaku. Alexis Sánchez is the player that he feels must snatch.
I think Martial's still
points
on the
back.
bench.
Yeah, I mean Sanchez is just as good an option, isn't he? Really?
Martial's not in the squad.
He's not in the squad?
No, he's not in the squad. Which is probably why that change has happened. Man United desperately trying to get back into that. Man City with another chance, but it is clear this will be a huge point for Newcastle. Quite a few teams at the bottom end looking to pick up points today. Chance for us.
Go! Get in, Lacazette. Great goal. 3-0. 3 points. Job done, really. Now I can relax and hopefully Burnley hold on. So, well done.
It is a big moment in the Man United versus Arsenal that's going on in the studio. Pete Dorman and Dave Jackson. Arsenal extending their lead to Lacazette. Talk us through the goal, Dave. Nice finish from Lacazette.
Yes, it was actually a very good, nice finish. He just basically exposed the Cardiff defender with his pace, really. He just run at the defence. They didn't want to get anywhere near him, and he took it onto his left foot and just scored, basically. So
rode the challenge well there.
Fulham chance, Chris Hamill.
Oh! It's come off the crossbar yet again from that right-hand side where we've said they've been battered all game, Brighton. And
was that Tom Kearney?
It might well be. Obviously, our screen absolutely minute.
Yeah, it's very small, that one, isn't it?
Yeah, finding it really hard to work out. But if it was Tom Kearney, it was Tom Kearney for the first, well, for the Vieto goal as well. His shot coming off the crossbar during the build-up before it was squared back across. But Burnley on the attack again, or is that some last-ditch defending from Bardsley? I think it might be. Yeah,
Chris, just being told Fulham have had 15 chances in this second half alone. All Fulham this second half. What a turnaround this has been in this game.
Yeah, and the way they've done it as well. They've not. They've 15. Kind of. They're through Vieto on. Of course, kind of a brave substitution from Ranieri to bring even more, attacking reinforcements on. But the football they're playing here, look at them zinging it round.
There's another chance for Fulham here as well.
Oh, my word.
And Babel's been great in the build-up as well. He's, one of the more mature, experienced heads on the pitch, and we saw him having words with various players at half-time, and he's kind of dictating the tempo from that left-hand side almost. But yeah, really nice, neat, incisive play from Fulham. Not the same can't be said about Manchester United, who are still huffing and puffing from corners.
Yeah, so Arsenal earlier on just scored to make it 2-0, as we saw. Interestingly, Arsenal's duo Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Alexandre Lacazette have each scored 4 Premier League goals against promoted sides this season. No player has scored more so far. Harry Kane also scoring 4 against newly promoted sides. And they both scored today to make it a goal apiece for Lacazette and Aubameyang, who've both been on fire this season, Dave, to make it.
They have. Actually, I think Lacazette's played particularly well today.
Yeah.
When
Man of the match for you, do you think?
Yeah, after his goal, potentially. Because when things weren't going well, he was at least trying to set the tempo, which was trying to force a goal. So, yeah, Lacazette's played particularly well. But let's say right, Arsenal have not played well today. But we're currently 2-0 up. So,
we had the debate earlier on. We've had a lot of comments from Man United fans and Arsenal fans, equal on points before this. This will be a big night for Arsenal. If Arsenal can hold on, which it looks like they will do, and if Burnley hold on against Man United, you had your prediction at the start of the show. You think that Arsenal finish above Man United? Yeah. And I suppose you stand by that even further now with these results going this way.
I feel that like Burnley at least going to get a draw. You kind of feel that United at least going to get a goal, aren't they? So, yeah, hopefully Burnley can just hold on for a point. That'd be fantastic.
Pete, how have United played this game? Do you think? I mean, Tom Heaton has made some great saves as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been a bit indicative of what it was like before Solskjaer joined, in that they controlled the game, got to the final third, but their final ball just wasn't there. They've put in a lot of crosses from wide that haven't really come to much, and they haven't really tried to do anything other than that.
And Burnley, we know that Burnley will probably sit back now. They'll probably make it very hard for United, won't they? That is how Solskjaer tends to set up teams. Chance for Wolves. 3-0 Wolves against West Ham.
He's actually said 3-0 as well.
Raul Jimenez. JaackMaate, West Ham fan, predicted 3-0. Well done.
I'm fuming.
You did predict Wolves 3-0.
This is the worst I think I've ever seen West Ham play. I told you, didn't I, mate?
Welcome back to the Football Social, yeah.
You did say 3-0.
I haven't seen West Ham score a goal on the 2 times on it. Like, it is just terrible, mate. I don't want to...
Is this good play from Wolves or bad play from West Ham?
Oh, I mean, it's good, but anything looks good compared to this. Oh, my word. What are you doing, Ogbonna? He's never in position.
Here it is.
Someone cuddle me. Anyone.
Dave,
unconfirmed as to yet. We're going to get a zoom in on JaackMaate from the camera there. Dave, go on, give him a cuddle.
Come on, mate.
Come on, there you go. There's the zoom in. Let's cut to there you go.
Can we play R.E.M. Everybody Hurts over that clip?
This is a nice song.
Can I go home?
You actually can't. We need you to the end of the show. Contracts to the end of the show. 3-0 down. Well, the Wolves are a good team. They've played well this season. They're on a good run of form.
They're a very good team.
Are there any positives from this West Ham performance at all?
No.
None?
No, none. Wolves were 2-0 up. They missed one chance. Their manager's fuming on the sideline. We're 2-0 down. Pellegrini's just there like that. Just in a coat. Just getting a bit cold.
A couple of subs as well, Wolves, bringing on now.
The only positive from that...
Yeah.
Jimenez scored again. So
Dream team, fantasy team,
More points for me. Just bring it on now, bring it on.
Yeah, smash it.
That's our full. Cardiff, stopping ball from Cardiff. Thought they were on the attack there. Bad pass. Arsenal having possession. How Hamill, big goal in the St James's Park. Newcastle 1, City 1. City dominating the first half. How have they reacted since that goal's gone in?
I mean, they've just bought, or they're at least preparing. I was just watching the Fulham game there. Gabriel Jesus is coming on imminently. So let's see if he can have. He's been in fine form of late. If he can have a positive impact on this game, they've maybe lacked a little bit of mobility. Sit in the final third. Someone that is really going to give that very deep defence, sitting defence, a hard time with his movement. But I just wonder how that poor record is if it's playing out in the mind of these Fulham players, because Brighton have had some decent chances in the last couple of minutes, and Ranieri must be thinking, if we don't get another goal, it's going to be same old. And yeah, that was far from the intricate build-up play from the back. They've just whacked it clear. Le Marchand, which is, of course, translates to the big dogs. So.
Was that 4-2 or 4-3?
In Fulham Brighton?
Yeah.
4-2.
It's 4-2, yeah.
Right, price boost we can give you now. We just brought you news of that Newcastle equaliser earlier. Man City to win that game 2-1. Remember, it's currently 1, or you could get 7-4. You can now get 2-1 on Man City to win 2-1. In that game, that is with Sky, but 18+, you must be. Full terms and conditions apply. So there is the price boost. Dave, strong challenge in your game there. Guendouzi's still down.
Yeah.
And Mike Dean, is this Mike Dean's yellow card?
Yeah, I think
is that for Joe rules?
Yeah, it was a bad tackle. I don't think he meant to kind of do him or anything. But I think probably we're just trying to take a bit of the.
Here's the replay. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's intent there.
It's not like trying to do him or anything.
Yellow card, is that the right decision for you? Even though there's no intent, it is.
Oh, yeah, it's 100% yellow.
Yeah,
I don't think anything more than that. So.
And Guendouzi, does he look like he's going to carry on?
Yeah, he'll be back on, because we've got no subs, so... it'll be fine.
Free kick, big free kick for Man United, Chris?
Yeah, I imagine... It's quite central, so I'm unsure as to whether who'd take it. Oh, OK, it's veering off to the left, so
you've got Matchday there, you've got Rashford, you've got a lot of options, United have over
right foot of Rashford.
Can absolutely pay.
Who would you like to see this beat?
Rashford. Rashford scoring this.
Yeah?
Top corner. Rashford on free kicks.
Not JaackMaate?
Alexis Sánchez looks like he's demanding it.
Well,
Matchday has one of the best records in Premier League
Rashford has
history.
left contention, so, I was wrong.
You'd have Matchday on this, surely.
Lilo there.
No, it's Sánchez.
Matchday is great from this range. Who's going to take it? It is Matchday, and it's away.
Fantastic.
Burnley, we said this earlier, didn't we? Burnley, every man behind the ball.
It's easy for Burnley because all they're doing is going wide, putting in a cross, and it's just getting cleared every time.
Pogba's down. Nasty landing there for Pogba, but he's OK. He's on his feet, and they carry on. Lacazette with a... just showing the replay of his goal there, and his knee slide in the rain. Jack, I haven't come to you in a while. 3-0.
I think you have, though. It's just the worst I've seen West Ham play this season.
Is it? You're that bad? Yeah.
So sloppy.
Vulnerable posture as well, mate. I think you need a longer hug there.
I'm going to be crying all the way back home to Norwich.
Yeah, long journey, isn't it?
It is. Andy Carroll just throwing himself over in the box there. Go on, Andy. Even Rice hasn't had a good game, and I mean he's been fairly consistent all season. Is Anderson now? Sometimes he looks disinterested. Here we go. Can we get one goal? Something for me to celebrate on the social.
I still want you to celebrate, even if it is just the one consolation. 5 minutes of added time at Fulham. So Brighton with a lot to do in those 5 minutes. Currently trail 4-2 at Craven Cottage. Arsenal, meanwhile, on the attack. Dave, we'll stick with you, Dave. Talk us through this attack.
Koscielniak, or whatever his stupid name is. The ball's come in, take a touch, have a shot. No, he's
You just said Koscielniak. That was a fuse of two of your players together.
Yeah, the left wing.
This is the second time he's done it today.
Koscielniak.
Yeah, it came to nothing.
Their players just fused together.
But, yeah, Arsenal have done enough to get the 3 points here. So, at the moment, we're going 3 points clear of Manchester United.
Oh, Pete, I have a feeling that was aimed at you. Have you got anything in reply for that?
At the minute, they are going 3 points clear of United because they're winning and we're not.
So have you got anything to say back to that?
No, because I actually think they are. Because United haven't deserved anything from this match.
Do you still think that, regardless of the result, you still stand by United finishing above Arsenal this season?
Yeah.
It will be interesting to see how quickly that feel-good dissipates, though.
No, to be honest, everyone's bigging up this run now, and all records and runs come to an end. So I think this actually could be kick United into gear again. The monkey's off the back. They can go, still play with freedom.
They're
not going to go and win every single game for the rest of the season. They're not. So, take a loss here, move forward. I think the feel-good factor will still be there. The players are enjoying the football. You can see it. Maybe
God!
not so much tonight.
Newcastle! Oh!
Oh, wow, this is a big moment in the title race. Chris Hamill, penalty at St James's Park.
I mean, Newcastle got the shot away as well. So
Cardiff have got one back at the Emirates. Dave, quickly talk us through this goal before we go to the penalty.
like a bouncer at Wetherspoons. He's massive.
Some fat fella for Cardiff scored. I don't know.
Mendes Lang.
Useless defence.
Mendes Lang has scored for Cardiff. The ball's whipped in.
Absolute
Here's the replay now.
Oh, it's so cheap, man.
We're going to go back to City. Mendes Lang with the chance. It's in the back of the net. So it's Arsenal 2, Cardiff 1. Consolation goal. Or is it a goal that
I don't know. How long is left?
Could be big in that game at the Emirates. Let's get back to St James's Park, Chris. Penalty.
Yeah, Gordon Ramsay taking a penalty here.
Let's stay with you. Penalty for Newcastle. Clear penalty. No doubt about this. It was a definite... Chris, talk us through the penalty.
So Fernandinho trying to turn in his own sort of penalty area and turn into trouble, and he was robbed. I mean, Newcastle still got the shot away. Salomon Rondon, the shot being parried away, but the referee pulled it back, and rightly so as well. Absolute stonewaller. And this would be a huge 3 points for them.
Huge 3 points.
I mean, I imagine that when Rafa looked at his calendar at the start of this year, he completely disregarded this fixture.
I said it felt like one of those nights, though.
But as he might have done Crystal Palace, which is one we were live with when Crystal Palace...
Fulham are breaking here while we wait for this penalty.
Fulham chance, Chris!
5-2. Go on, Fulham. Oh, great tackle. Has he still done him?
Oh!
No, he's not. That's gone over. Mitrovic, not known for his delicate lobs, but Fernandinho... I mean,
the penalty's still not been taken.
Liverpool win.
It's a long old way for this penalty.
This could be a seminal moment in the season. Can Ederson rescue the points?
And the keeper is milking this. Ederson is receiving treatment at the minute. He's going to...
Is he receiving treatment?
Let's be honest. He's going to take as long as he can for this.
Oh, he is receiving treatment. They might have to win the old substitute goalkeeper.
Finish. Oh, you...
And there's been a goal at Burnley! It is 2... Yes! Come on! Against Old Trafford! Chris Pete Dorman talking through this goal. Big goal for Burnley.
I mean, Nigel Pearson would not be a fan of it.
This should not be nervy. This is ridiculous.
It's going from worse to worse. Bad to worse, I think he means.
Liverpool are about to win the league.
It's going from worse to worse.
Wait, can you ask Seb how long's left in the Arsenal game? How many minutes had it on?
75. Oh.
Here is the chance. Oh, so it's Burnley 2, 0 up at Old Trafford. Huge.
Ping ball into the box.
And Newcastle have scored the penalty. It is Newcastle 2, Manchester City 1. It is Man United 0, Burnley 2. It is all gone off on the football social. And Cardiff have scored against Arsenal. Arsenal winning 2-1 in that game.
I thought you meant...
All the goals. So many goals going in.
Come on, Aubameyang.
Chris, big penalty for Newcastle. Dispatched well.
Yeah, it was, mate. Yeah.
So basically, United have lost and Liverpool have won the league. Cool.
Come on. Ref, how long's left, mate? How long's left?
Great night.
Ref, come on.
5 minutes of injury time in the Arsenal game. We've got...
Yes! Get in. And I love Burnley.
These are the full-time scenes. The whistle has gone at the Emirates.
Come on. That should not have been nervy at all. Very wet ridiculous.
Emirates, but it finished 2-1. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang from the penalty spot and Alexander Lacazette on the 83rd minute. The two men in form for Arsenal, both scoring. Nathaniel Mendes Lang with a consolation in the 93rd minute for Cardiff, but it was all for nothing because the match finished Arsenal 2, Cardiff 1. The match is also finished at Molineux. These are the scenes at Molineux. It finished Wolves 3. West Ham 0. JaackMaate, West Ham fan, predicted it would be Wolves 3, West Ham 0. It was an unbelievable prediction, can I just say. It finished 3-0. Romain Sace, Raul Jimenez with 2 and Romain Sace with 1. All Wolverhampton Wanderers, loads of chances. Pellegrini shakes his head, but all 3 points go to Wolves. They are a team in form. They snatch all 3 points.
No, penalty United.
Mega over here.
Penalty United, but the full-time whistle has gone. Huddersfield is Huddersfield 0, Everton 1. Big win for Everton, down to 10 men. That sending off at Lucas Digne. But Richarlison with the only goal of the game came after 3 minutes. So it finishes Huddersfield 0, Everton 1. Big win at Huddersfield there.
How did them games finish at the same time when our keeper was down for about 8 minutes? How does that happen?
Extremely valid point.
Big foul on Pete Dorman. Let's talk us through this, Man United.
Well, I thought it was a penalty.
We thought it was a penalty.
It was literally 1 inch from the box. Rashford gets it better of his defender and he just brings him down.
So he's given a free kick on the edge of the box.
On the very edge of the right-hand side of the box.
Is there any way we can
no
get the
doubt
games
United
on
about to whip in
that?
another cross and it'd be very easily cleared by Burnley.
Rather than on these thumbnails over here. It's the postage stamps.
Chance whipped in for United. Oh!
And cleared. Fantastic.
Oh, no.
What a clearance there, athletic.
And the full-time whistle has gone in one of our games of the day. Fulham, 2-0 down at half-time. Glenn Murray with a brace. Come back in the second half. Over 15 shots on target. That was only in the first half an hour of the second half. Callum Chambers, Alexander Mitrovic with 2, and Luciano Vietto. 4 goals for Fulham. What a turnaround that is. Huge win at the bottom of the table. Fulham 4, Brighton 2. Big, big win for Claudio Ranieri. In the relegation scrap they find themselves in. Fulham fans going absolutely crazy, singing in the rain. Glenn Murray's 2 goals, all for nothing. Fulham 4, Brighton 2. Gundogan just come off the bench and he's over a free kick against Newcastle in one of our 8 o'clock games. Chris?
You want to talk about Gundogan coming on?
Yeah, let's talk us through this free kick. We'll stick with you for it.
OK.
Big chance for Man City.
Gundogan, one of 2 men to assist 4 goals in an FA Cup. Who was the other lads?
Here's what, mate? What's the question?
Here he is.
Oh. And it's a rubbish free kick, so back to the quiz.
Well, still there.
It's Bowers back into play. The Bradford's got it in his hands now. So Gundogan assisted 4 goals in an FA Cup tie. Only one other player has done that in a modern era. So who is it?
Good question.
There you go. Little teaser for you to end on. Everyone get guessing.
Yeah, get guessing in the comments section.
Cesc Fabregas.
Is it this
Good
year?
guess. It's a very good guess.
Is it from this season?
No.
No.
Gundogan did it, of course, this season.
Eriksen.
Another good guess. I can see why, go for Eriksen, but it's not him, I'm afraid.
Ooh.
There you go.
It's good. Get involved in the comment section if you know the answers to this. It's got us all stumped. 4 assists, that is very impressive.
I don't know who it is either. But, right. Let's see out these last 2 games then.
Kevin
because,
De Bruyne?
No, do you want me to give you the answer? Should we wait a couple of minutes?
Yeah,
get some more comments below.
Get some more comments.
See if anyone can get it before
shout out for any people getting involved, Pete?
Pardon?
Anyone getting involved in that quiz?
Well, I don't have it up at the minute, so... I was just, sorry, drowning my sorrows. In fact, United are getting battered here.
Jack Wilshere.
What have you... his move's not really panned out, has it, mate? But, I mean, West Ham do specialise in picking up people with terminal injuries.
David Silva.
Who would you like to see come in the January transfer window?
For West Ham?
Yeah, anyone in particular? Apart from James Maddison, a more realistic target.
There's talks of that Maxi Gomez, isn't there?
Yeah, from Celta Vigo.
Yeah, that'd be a bit naughty.
Buncy.
5-0
his release clauses.
Wouldn't mind a bit of that.
A few shouts for Milner, a few shouts for Giggsy, David Silva.
It's not David Silva, it's not Giggs.
Santi Cazorla.
It is Santi Cazorla.
Is it Santi Cazorla?
Yeah, whoever's picked Santi Cazorla.
Who said Santi Cazorla? Let's give that man a shout-out.
Spooner.
Someone's got Google.
You're not trusting it. So there are chances just
penalty.
Is that a dive or is it a penalty? We'll have a look. It's a penalty.
No, it's a goal kick.
Oh, is it a goal kick?
Jeff Hendrick.
So Disneygod's gone down.
He's pointed at the spot.
Jeff Hendrick looks like...
that's a dive!
That is a dive.
That is a dive!
That dive, that is a soft penalty.
Has he given it? Is he actually given that?
There is contact. Oh, there is contact.
Tell me what?
I don't know, he's still doing the moonwalk.
There is contact.
Is he actually giving that penalty?
Let's have a look at what's been given. So there's 2 games that are currently
Jeff
going
Hendrick
on.
looks like
the 2 8 o'clock games. It's a penalty has been given to Man United. 2 games still in play. It is currently Newcastle 2, Manchester City 1, and it is currently Man United 0, Burnley 2. Paul Pogba missed against Burnley from the penalty spot earlier on this season. He steps up. Oh,
great.
What a pen that is.
How long's left?
Penalty.
How long's left?
It's fell over.
That was never a penalty.
Not a penalty for you,
his
Dave.
arm was on him. You've seen them given. Literally just saw it.
86th minute goal there for Man United.
If that was Mo Salah, you'd be absolutely spitting. Great penalty.
What a penalty that is.
Paul Pogba, his goal-scoring record under Solskjaer, continues. So, at least a thread of hope.
3 minutes plus in.
No, they'll definitely get
equaliser
now. They'll definitely get equaliser now, please.
Great penalty, 3 minutes plus injury time left in the game at Old Trafford. Similar, we'd imagine, at St James's Park. Substitution, Chris. Are they just winding down the clock now, Newcastle?
There's Atsu that's gone off. Of course, Atsu playing a big role in the goal where he let Salomon Rondon come clean round him with his leg to half volley it off his chest. So I don't know if that goes down as an assist or what. But I would definitely be counting that. But yeah, I mean, Danilo came off as well for Manchester City. So that was for Gundogan, wasn't it? So they've pretty much rolled their dice. To use the same analogy as earlier, but let's see what happens, because no clear-cut chances, a lot of pressure, but look at these bodies.
Oh, chance
for City! Oh!
Good save.
Bravka.
Flag was up.
Sweeping hand across. Sergio Agüero not been the most involved, has he? Apart from the disallowed goal and the actual goal.
Good ball.
So just the 2 games remaining. Man United fans, Man City fans, Newcastle, Burnley fans, get involved in the comments section. This is a big last 5 minutes in the title race. Panel, do we think that if Man City lose this, is there any hope for them in the title race? I mean, it's a massive advantage Liverpool then, Jack, isn't it? If Man City lose this tonight, it's Liverpool's to lose, isn't it?
I said at the start, I think Liverpool have already got it in the bag, and this only just all but confirms it.
I mean, well, providing Liverpool win tomorrow night against Leicester.
Yeah, big game as well. Big game.
Who they got? Leicester.
Yeah, and Jamie Vardy loves playing against Liverpool.
He does.
He's got an incredible goal.
Scored a worldie against them at the King Power the year they won the league.
Against Liverpool.
But if they beat Leicester, what, 7 points clear?
Correct.
Yeah.
There'll be 7 points clear, yeah, if Liverpool win tomorrow night.
And I think they have to play less of the top 5 than Manchester City do as well. So a slightly easier running, but
Newcastle.
I don't know. Brendan Rodgers is Liverpool were sort of in a similar position, weren't they, I guess, but...
This could be the night they won the league, I guess.
You think? That's that big, yeah. Yeah, Liverpool fans get involved. What are people saying on the stream, Pete? There must be some very happy Liverpool fans. Chance for...
Go on then, United!
Oh, Tom Heaton, what a save!
Come on, United.
Chris United piling on the pressure at Old Trafford.
I just want them views.
Pete, what are people saying?
I've got a question here for Jack from Oil Passetti, who's asked if Arnie leaves, or I suppose when Arnie leaves, who do you think will come in?
Well, again, mate, I can't claim to know much about him, but this Gomez fella that people keep talking about, maybe you can tell me some stats.
Some sort of big fan of stats, are we, mate? I mean, Celta Vigo aren't doing very well at the moment. I think they're just about to sack the manager, so now might be the time to go and get a disgruntled star player from out there. But no, I don't really know an awful lot about him. Of course, Aspas, I know a lot more about him. He's been a consistently good goal scorer for them, but nearing his 30s, so maybe that's why they're going for a younger strike partner. But
there was talks. It's never ever going to happen, but there was talks of Wilson as well, a little bit, which would obviously be phenomenal. But after
what Chelsea offered, like, was it 30, 40?
Yeah, I don't know.
50 was linked at. I mean, Bournemouth claiming they weren't receiving an official bid, but there was links from Chelsea that. The fee would be about 50 million, which is that about right for Callum Wilson?
That's pretty bunty for Callum Wilson. I think that's probably good for both parties. Bournemouth linked with Drinkwater today, which is, suits their profile of just like...
not had many minutes to
play for Bournemouth, so I can see that move happening. But yeah... not a lot of exciting transfers. We were saying this in the office earlier. It's not been that good a January. Higuain going on loan, the best move so far. Not exactly capturing the imagination, is it? We could use another Aubameyang, another Van Dijk. Yeah, Dennis Suarez. You're really happy about Dennis Suarez, aren't you, mate?
I'm what? Sorry.
You're really happy about Dennis Suarez coming over to Arsenal.
It's the wrong kind of signing. It's absolutely stupid. It's just I don't really see the point.
No, I like how you secured the points, but you're still fuming, Dave. Consistent.
That was never a penalty.
You're not happy, Dave, are you? Well, corner to Man United. Chris, let's stay with you. Just talk us through the corner.
If United get an equaliser, it'll be like Arsenal never played with Dave. He won't say a word on the way home. He'll be absolutely furious. So,
And ball.
I'm weighing up the views against Dave's happiness here.
What do you prefer?
I'm going with the views.
Chelsea United!
Oh my God! Yeah! Oh, it's a save!
That's in!
Is that standard?
It's a goal for Man United! It's Lindelof, of all people!
Victor Krum!
2-0 down at home to Burnley. It's now 2-all.
In the nut. What minute
Chris, can they get the winner?
What minute are we in?
89th.
89th. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer time.
Chris, thoughts on this goal? We're just in a replay now. Let's stay with you for this.
I mean, how... That's a great save from Heaton for the first attempt. Almost cleared off the line for the second. Lindelof, what's he doing there? Left foot.
It's a great save from Paul Heaton. That's
his brother.
That's initial header is from Alexis Sánchez. Good header. Great save from Tom Heaton.
Yeah.
Oh, and Lindelof on the replay. Tom Heaton actually gets his body to it and it bounces his body into the top of the corner.
Sánchez has made a positive contribution, by the way.
Tom Heaton has had a fantastic game. Probably gets the man of the match award still, even with this result.
Yeah.
Superb last time when he was at Old Trafford as well, if you remember. Likes playing against Man United 2-0 up. It was a soft penalty that got Man United back in it.
Coming up trumps. He's been probably their best... Well, at least the most consistent defender over the last 3 or 4 months. Even at the end of Mourinho's reign, I remember he was flipping brilliant.
And Man United on the attack again, Chris. Can they nick a winner?
Oh, I'm not sure. Just not sure, mate. You know, clearly JaackMaate can see into the future. He's already predicted West Ham's demise 3-0. Get your crystal ball back out, Jack. What's going to happen in the last 3 minutes of this game?
That's going to finish like that.
OK, predictions for the end of the City game as well at Newcastle?
That's going to finish like that.
No goals, OK.
Yeah, safe to
Stick
say,
with us, though, on the live stream.
It's the 93rd minute in both. I'd be silly to say anything other.
Yeah, the odds are stacked against you. Yeah. Huge moment. Both ends of the table as well. Sean Dyche is absolutely fuming there, just looking at pictures.
He always looks
on the touchline. He does, yeah. He's looking at his watch. Look at his watch, asking what minute they have scored in.
How many added time in the United game?
I think it's 3.
Well, sure, it's
5 minutes there was added on, Man United. And then now in the 93rd minute on the attack, Dave.
I was hoping if I said 3 and they're in the 4... Like, it's been 4.5 minutes, you'd be absolutely livid. No one played long.
Here we go, Man United on the attack.
Come on.
Oh, God, United.
This is... Oh, Man United. Ooh.
Go on, United.
Because the thing is, if they're going to win now, this will just increase their stupid, spiriting, nonsense, mate.
Shut up, come on.
He's thinking of Joe Tomlinson's face tomorrow morning. That's what he's thinking of.
Shoot. This is a big moment. Meanwhile, looking at the Man City on the attack as well.
Oh, forget the Man City game. We're all invested in the United game now. Come on, the Red Devils.
Ooh.
Oh, goodness.
What's he done there?
Here we go. Oh.
United's sticking with his plan of just pumping balls in from wide. It's working.
Man United's going for the win. Jesse Lingard with the ball.
30 seconds
rushing through this throw-in. He got the ball. He's going to whip it in, surely. No.
Last chance, surely.
Last chance for Man United. Newcastle on the attack as well. Goes to nothing.
Oh, spread that back.
Referee! There.
Come on!
I love that. I love that,
boy.
You better.
Pete.
That'll do. Right, go down the corner for yes!
The full-time whistle has gone at Old Trafford.
What a fantastic evening of football that is, Alan Smith.
Alan Smith. These are the scenes he's starting to get Solskjaer there. Much happier than Sean Dyche. 2-2. Man United trailing by 2 goals. Ashley Barnes after 51. Chris Wood after 81st minute. They were 2-0 down in the 86th minute. Paul Pogba from the penalty spot. Soft penalty, but there was contact. Jesse Lingard was the player that was fouled. Paul Pogba dispatched it. Then Victor Lindelof, very unlucky from Tom Heaton, makes the save. Got his body onto the full art from Victor Lindelof, but it was tucked into the back of the net. It's Man United 2, Burnley 2. They're still unbeaten under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. 9 games in all competitions. Man United got away with 1 there. But worth pointing out that Tom Heaton did have a fantastic game as well. So the only game still happening is Manchester City, who are 2-1 down at Newcastle. Any hope for Man City to score in these last minutes, Chris?
I mean, they've defended pretty stoically, Newcastle, all 90. It's been a little bit untidy at times, but we've said it a million times on the show. Rafa Benitez knows how to coach an extremely good defence on extremely limited resources. If you're chasing a lead down against, they're a nightmare to chase a lead down against. And I think that's the final whistle. It's gone.
It's all over.
Yeah. Oh no, Pep was just a bit premature.
Oh, corner for Man City.
Has Pep already gone down the tunnel?
Nah, it just doesn't. I don't think he's watching the last moments of this
Here we
game.
go. Corner for Man City. Surely last chance in the game. Is this going to be a big moment in the title race? No, it's not.
Been ballooned.
Newcastle.
I mean, when you actually look at their outlays, it's staggering. They're not bottom, isn't it? Just because their recruitment has been so poor. Imagine your top goal scorer being like
I said last
Perez,
time I was on that they were definitely down. Newcastle were definitely down. Then soon after that, they just went on this mazy run. I was like, OK, mugged me off.
Pep Guardiola does not look happy. Big moment in that game, of course. Man City were 1-0 up. Disallowed goal. Looked very tight. We think it was the right decision. As Sergio Agüero would have made it 2-0, but it was disallowed. Pep unhappy about that.
Finished.
And the full-time whistle has gone. Huge moment in the title race. It finishes. Newcastle 2, Manchester City 1. Agüero after the first minute. It was all Man City. But look what it means to these Newcastle fans. Going absolutely crazy as Salomon Rondon after 66 and Matt Ritchie from the penalty spot. All 3 points to Newcastle. Unbelievable result for Newcastle and an unbelievable result for Liverpool. Let's get straight to the comments. Pete, I imagine there's a lot of very happy Liverpool fans watching.
Well, there are a lot of very happy Liverpool fans, and there also are a lot of Burnley fans. I'm supposing they're not actually Burnley fans, they're just anti-United fans.
OK. What are they
dusted.
Done.
It's Liverpool. So I suppose it begs the question, is the league actually over? Is it Liverpool's now?
Not enough exclamations marks in our title, by the way. Can you get that changed?
Good,
there's only 4, I want 5.
Jonathan Stiff, 6 exclamation points.
It's a good question. League done and dusted for you, Chris? They go 7 points clear tomorrow if Liverpool beat Leicester.
I mean... the big difference here, right, is that Liverpool actually have strength and depth, which they've not had over the last few years, when sort of Klopp has flogged his players with his system to the point where they just can't keep it up over the last third of the season. But the scary thing is the best yet to come from Keita, the best yet to come from Fabinho. I mean, they still might be, in for Fekir, the actual players they could still bring in, pretty mind-boggling. Like, might be in for Adrian Rabiot as well, which would be crazy. But I don't think it's over. No, not for me. But I would like to see Liverpool win. Just a little bit of change. A little bit. Thanks, Dorman.
I mean, I've always wondered why I didn't like you and I.
Wow. Things are getting very personal.
And I'm extremely comfortable with that.
Things are getting very personal.
Relationship, but I think there is no worse team that can win the Premier League than Liverpool.
Wow.
I might just leave
United.
if they
elaborate on that. For what reason?
Just, I hate them. They're just a terrible club. I mean, it's been so long since they won it. They haven't won the Premier League in the Premier League era. I don't want that to change anytime soon. City, I've made my peace with the fact that they're class. So if I had to choose between them, I would choose City comfortably.
So Chris says not over yet. Jack, you think it is over? You think that's tonight is a big moment in the title race?
I don't think they're bottlers anymore. That's it.
Who would you like to see win the league?
Out
of the two?
I'd probably prefer to see City win it.
Would you?
Yeah, but I strongly feel that Liverpool will.
Dave, thoughts on the title race now? It's a big result, that, isn't it?
I think it's probably Liverpool's to lose now, which it wasn't before this game today. Yeah. So they've still got to go and win tomorrow. Is it Anfield tomorrow or not? Or is it at Leicester?
It's at Leicester.
It's at Leicester. It's a tough game,
yeah,
isn't it?
Is it still a tough game? But
sorry, no, it's at Anfield.
It's at Anfield. Because to be fair, like Man City will absolutely smash Arsenal on Sunday, so that's an easy 3 points for them there.
You think Man City will win comfortably against
Arsenal?
I'm
not going to say it, but yeah.
I mean, you just said it.
Yeah, but not in like a succinct soundbite, so that it's going to be recorded.
Okay.
So,
Of course, we did do our Sky Bet group bet accumulator. Let's have a look at how we got on. Dave Jackson went for a home win. Arsenal to beat Cardiff. They did win 2-1. I went for a draw. Fulham Brighton. Apologies, team. I did let you down. Fulham win that 4-2, having come from 2-0 down. Jack went for an away win. Interesting one from JaackMaate. He went for an away win because he can't bet against West Ham. But he did make a prediction of Wolves 3, West Ham 0. I've got to say, one of the best predictions we've had on the Football Social, because we all laughed when you said
there
that.
There you go, mate. Is that any consolation?
Any consolation?
Oh, yeah.
No.
I feel $100 now.
There you go. I went for a home win. Huddersfield, Everton, wrong again. Apologies, everyone. Huddersfield 0, Everton 1. Hammer went for an away win. Wrong.
No apologies from me, by the way.
No.
So
Newcastle 2, Man City 1. And wrong again. Pete Dorman, Man United 2, Burnley 2. It finished. That was home win that you predicted, but it didn't come in. So this is what it does to the table. Does not make for good reading for Huddersfield. 11 points still, minus 28 goal difference. They stay rock bottom. Fulham with that win, they still stay second bottom, but they got 17 points now. Cardiff on 19 points following that loss to Arsenal. Southampton and Crystal Palace outside of the bottom three, and they both play tomorrow. Crystal Palace play at Southampton tomorrow, so that is a huge game at the bottom of the table. Let's have a look at what it means for the title race. Big night for Liverpool. They didn't even play, but they find themselves still with that 4-point lead. Their lead will go to 7 points should they beat Leicester at Anfield tomorrow. Tottenham play tomorrow as well. They play at home against Watford. Spurs will only go 2 points behind Man City if they beat Watford at home. And Chelsea also play tomorrow. Still in the very much in the race for the top 4. Chelsea play tomorrow night. They are away to Bournemouth. Arsenal 5th, Man United 6th. So there we go, catching our breaths. Let's talk about the Arsenal. I feel like the Arsenal-Man United theme has been a talking point on the sofa.
Yeah, but we're now looking up. We're now looking at Chelsea. Maybe seeing if we can catch Spurs as well. So we're on the up now.
Even though you've got Man City.
Yeah,
on the weekend,
they'll be coming off a loss. So maybe like some of their confidence might have been knocked.
I mean, you literally just said you were going to get smashed.
Yeah, but I definitely take that back. So we'll kind of regroup now. We've got a couple of days rest and we'll go again.
Pete, banter aside, it was a strange game at Old Trafford, wasn't it? Tom Heaton made a lot of good saves, but that is a game that a lot of United fans would have expected to win on the form that you're in going into that. Yeah, 100%. I think United had probably the highest confidence they've had all season coming in this game. 8 wins from 8 under Solskjaer. Yeah. Players playing well. My concerns there is that there's kind of a bit of weak tactical nous from Solskjaer. There would seem to be plan A, get the ball wide, pump it into the box. Didn't really work for 65 minutes, but it didn't change. Sánchez came on, made a positive impact, but again, it's a game United should be winning. If they're looking to finish 5th, and even De Gea was saying we can still finish Champions League spots, that's a game you have to win. At home to Burnley, you can't be going 2-0 down. You mentioned Sánchez there. Do you expect him to get more game time under Solskjaer now? I don't know. He's a bit of a funny player now. It's hard to tell what kind of form he's in, because he always just seems a wee bit, not necessarily lethargic, but like just out of it, just a wee bit sad. Bit of a weirdo. Out of our wingers, I would play Rashford and Martial over him. OK. A lot of you joining us on the live stream. Stay with us. Get your questions into us. Pete, what are people saying on the live stream? What is the overriding feeling on the stream? Is it a lot of Man United fans happy that late? Plus a lot of there's a few Liverpool Man United fans saying great comeback, but I think you're kind of clutching at straws there. There is an overriding theme of Liverpool, just Liverpool fans logging on and being very happy the fact that City have dropped points in the title race, and a few players looking forward to the games tomorrow against Spurs and Chelsea. And a question about Spurs' season, the wheels coming off considering they've been knocked out of 2 cups in a week, and they're missing Harry Kane and Dele Alli until at least March. It's no getting over it. Terrible week for Spurs. I think it was the sort of the build-up to the cup games with the injuries to Kane, then Ali, and then, I mean, even the Chelsea game, Sissoko went off, Ben Davies is injured. It's just everything went wrong for Spurs. What did you think about Potter's comments after the game? Yeah, for egos. Very interesting. He spent a long time in his post-match for that, and also his pre-match press conference for tomorrow, talking about trophies. And I think the point he's getting across is that for a club like Spurs, finishing in the top 4 is more important than winning the trophy because of the finance it brings in. I think the way that he phrased it hasn't gone down well with some fans, because he said it's mainly an ego thing. I think the disappointment for Spurs, a lot of Spurs fans, I think, is that the team that we fielded against Crystal Palace. I mean, we had injuries, but Eriksen was fully fit, didn't travel. Yeah. Alderweireld was fully fit, didn't travel. They weren't even on the bench, these players. So I think that's the frustration Spurs fans had. That it was. I mean, you saw the team lineup, and I was worried in that game as soon as I saw the team lineup. Now, if Alderweireld was playing, if Winks was playing, if Eriksen was playing, you naturally go into that more confident. And what's interesting as well is we only narrowly beat Palace at Selhurst Park by 1-0 when we had all our players fit, so it's very disappointing. But I do understand where Poch is coming from. The Champions League, I do understand where he's coming from for a club like us who need money, because, as you've quite rightly mentioned in previous football socials, we've overspent on the stadium. We need money. Winning the FA Cup, 6.8 million. Yeah. Getting past the last 16 in the Champions League is worth about 70 million. Yeah. So you can see why, if he's overspent on a stadium, he doesn't want, I don't know, Palace kicking lumps out of Eriksen in an FA Cup and him being out for that tie in the last 16. But, realistically, does anybody care about Spurs? No. Okay, Spurs fans, yes. No, he's right. He's right. Okay, what about... They've agreed on something. So then, what about Chelsea then tomorrow? Yeah, go on, let's go against Chelsea. Yeah, Chelsea. Where do we think Chelsea... I mean... 3rd, do you look at them as 4th? You think Man United might be able to pick them? Where do you see Chelsea finishing this season? If United had won tonight, I think with the momentum, they could have made a run for it. I think it might be a bit of an ask now. I don't see Arsenal, really. I think after that, the top 4 is pretty solid. In that, those 4 teams, Chelsea, Arsenal, or Chelsea, Tottenham, City and Liverpool, are going to be the top 4. OK. Hamill, Chelsea, where do you think they'll finish? It's a tough one, isn't it? It is. Jack, you love stats, mate, so there's a few. What do you make of these bad boys? So their underlying numbers are about the same at this point last season as they were... this season, sorry, as they were last season. So this is Antonio Conte in a bit of a downward spiral at this point. Never great on the attacking end, was he? More of a defensive coach. And Sarri's not really been able to... For all the possession that Chelsea have, really been able to create high-quality chances, which has been a hallmark of his sides. Napoli, not so much Empoli. But I'm still not overly convinced Champions League football is secured for them. They should... they had to make a big move, and they have done in Higuain, but kind of eggs all in one basket with him to an extent. And, of course, keeping Eden Hazard happy as well. So you think the best they can finish is 4th?
I mean, beyond Man City and Liverpool, no one's taken the initiative, are they? Yeah. But I trust Poch's system and Sarri's system more than Solskjaer's and Unai Emery's. So if you're just going to go on, like, the ability of the players to execute that system alone, then those two...
I agree with that. I think Spurs and Chelsea will be third and fourth. Jack, top four in the order.
You got such sad eyes, mate.
Liverpool.
Liverpool 1.
City. Chelsea, Spurs.
OK. Dave, your top four?
After tonight, I think Liverpool, City, Arsenal.
Oh, Pete Dorman's reaction to anything Dave win for that tonight. Arsenal third?
Yeah, and then I think Chelsea fourth.
OK.
Yeah.
So are you just going on the two teams you dislike the most, Man United and Tottenham, not finishing there? Is that your reason?
Spurs without Ali and Kane
are
half the team. They are half the team that they can beat.
Well, yeah, they've also, they've got like 37 injuries across the season already.
37 injuries, yeah, most injuries we've had in any Premier League season.
They don't have the depth. I think that's why they'll drop. I think they'll still finish top four, but they'll drop below Chelsea. Right?
Yeah, OK, let's go for some more questions. What are people saying? There's got to be some happy Liverpool fans on this. I mean, got to be absolutely delighted with that result.
Of course they are, because, again, they have literally just won the league.
It'd be weird if they were fuming.
Yeah, it would be odd, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Get in touch, Liverpool fans. Surely this is a huge result for you in the title race.
Oh, sorry, wait for a question.
Go on, yeah.
I'm just trying to find one.
OK.
You guys can't speak while I'm looking for one.
No, but we're just building.
We're just building this great question.
Mate,
Get your questions in about Liverpool. Big game, Dave. Big game for Liverpool tomorrow against Leicester. Can you see Leicester getting anything from that? It'd be an interesting twist if Leicester were to win that, wouldn't it?
I feel the thing is as well. There's now I think Liverpool are definitive favourites. So with that comes a little bit more pressure.
Yeah.
But they, as Jack was saying, they don't seem like chokers anymore. They seem,
I know what you mean.
Sometimes have a bit more composure.
If you've got that lead, it's worse in a way that it's yours to throw away. Man City will go into games now with, like, they've just got to win, nothing to fear. They have to win. Liverpool, if they have a 4-point lead, drop it to 1 point. It opens it up a bit, doesn't it? But
can I go away from football for a sec? So, Jack, what YouTubers are you enjoying at the moment? What YouTubers are you watching, or historically have liked?
I'm not really watching many at the moment. I like Stephen Tries.
Yeah,
he's always a safe one. He's doing a podcast at the moment. I was actually enjoying Robbie Knox for a while.
Well, I said to you, didn't I? Yeah. Robbie Knox reminds me of Will. Yeah, their sense of humour.
He's very witty, Robbie
very
Knox,
funny man.
But he's not uploaded in a while. So, Robbie, if you're watching, which I doubt you are,
he might be. You never know. No, but you're right, probably. Yeah. Any others?
This is probably one of them questions where I'll go home and I'll kick myself because there's probably a few, but I can't really think at the top of my head who I click on. No. OK, I think that's nicely brought us on to one of our final questions with Pete. Have you got one lined up for us?
Well, it's not really a question. There's just an overriding theme talking about Sir Alex Ferguson in the comments. So I suppose you could change it into a question in that, is the Manchester United managerial job still a poison chalice, given how good the Fergie era was? Even though there has been, what, 7 years of 7 seasons of considerably less success?
I mean, the way that Jose Mourinho finished was probably the most down-and-out Man United fans have been in that period, which says a lot about the sort of how low the morale was at the end of his... Mourinho won cups as well, didn't he? But similar to Arsenal, United need to sort kind of their strategy out, I guess, off the pitch as well. Get a director of football in. They've been looking at RB Leipzig, haven't they? I think that's a great place to start, and I think they've got to be at... If they want to be a winning club again, they really have got to go for Poch. I can't think of anyone else for the job, mate. But I don't really know what the question was then. So I hope that's half answered it, but...
Kinda. Is the job still a poison chalice, and that no manager, no matter who you bring in, even if it is Poch, they can't emulate or they can't reach United's expectations, because for 2 decades, for 26 years, United dominated I can't see a manager lasting, you know, that past 3 or 4 years, just due to the stresses of top-flight management. Pep Guardiola at Barcelona, or even Giovanni Van Bronckhorst is calling it a day, you know, despite winning most things at Feyenoord, so after 3 or 4 years as well. But I think Man United fans just are happier, I don't know, playing a certain style of football. I've always kind of wondered what the Manchester United way was, because Fergie was a very pragmatic manager.
It wasn't always easy on the eye, but yeah, you just can't have another manager like Mourinho, who's kind of. There's got to be that relationship between the fans, and maybe you know, bringing in more hands will help that. But.
Thanks very much for all your questions. That is all we've got time for on the Football Social. Jack, mate, big thanks for coming on. Quickly, just tell us what you've got coming up on your YouTube channel.
Just more
1 million subscribers recently. Congratulations. What can your subscribers look forward to?
More of the same, really. Just me having a moan about things, having a grumble. Some big names coming up on the podcast, so look forward to that. But yeah, I would say it's been a pleasure, but you saw the scoreline, so it hasn't.
OK,
thanks
it's
for
great to have
having
you on. Get subscribing to JaackMaate's YouTube channel. It's very good. Good luck with everything you do
Cheers,
in the future.
Mate.
We do hope to have you back on. Big thanks to Dave Jackson, Chris Hamill and to Pete Dorman. We'll be back very soon with the Football Social. We'll leave you now with our best bits from today. Bye-bye. What's happened, Chris?
I went for a bite of my chicken burger.
It's not looking good, mate. It's not looking good.
It's just such sloppy defending from Arsenal.
He's just a gorgeous man.
Go on! Oh! It's a shambles.
I literally don't know who West Ham United are anymore.
Oh!
What
big shot!
Finish!
Oh,
How many touches has he won?
It's absolute net buster. All Hong Kong Philly there, mate. Is that Fulham? Oh!
Yes! Penalty!
Oh, it's a goal!
Yes!
God, Burnley!
Yes! Get in!
Taking in the love, drinking it in from the Fulham fans.
And there's been another goal at Craven Cottage. There's been another goal at Wolves. Chance for us. Go!
I'm fuming. Someone cuddle me.
There you go.
Oh my God! Yeah! Oh, wow. That's a save. That's it. Is that standard?
It's a goal for Man United.